Welcome, Clobberers and Clobberanimos, to a very late special edition of Clobby's Clubhouse Torture Clobby Edition. So, what she said, we indeed.
Happy birthday.
See, that's what I mean. It's like I hate my birthday, and it's torture to have a birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
See what I mean? Torture.
Yep.
Okay, it's gonna get worse. You ready?
Sing
Watch
the Beatles.
this.
Sing the Beatles version.
No, I hate the Beatles. Okay,
Oh,
ready?
don't say you hate the Beatles.
Okay, you ready? It's gonna get even worse. I'm gonna fire at you right now. Ready? Pew pew. Ready? Here it comes. Watch this. Dun 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 dun.
Whoa.
Should be coming up any second now.
Go for it. I don't see anything.
It's coming. It's coming.
Okay, everybody, wait for it. The tension mounts.
There you go.
More
Now
torture
it's
for
even
Clobby.
worse. Now it's even worse. Da 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 da. Now it's even worse.
It's even worse. Oh no.
Okay, gotcha. Well,
That's horrible.
that was horrible. I mean, that was lovely though.
Another present. Yep.
What? Oh, is there something? Oh, you see? I got the chat backed up. I can't see it yet. You. Well, let me start with the chat. I'll get to it, Miss Smarty Pants.
You have to take it. Na 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 na.
Oh my goodness. What I'll do, I guess, is just.
Can you send a refund? No, you don't want to do that.
No, don't bark. Shin kicks.
Oh, wow.
Shin kicks.
Thank you so much. All right, I'll just take everything in order here. Mr. Tickle Trunk joined with, I guess, starting at midnight this past night. I just decided, I don't know why I decided to do it on my stupid birthday, but I finally, after a year of being, everyone saying shin kicked into doing memberships, I was reluctant. I admit it. I finally did it. I finally really did it. And look, it's here. The memberships are here. I want to thank you all for joining. I don't have the whole list in front of me, but I'll get that in a minute. But just the list that I'm seeing in the chat, Mr. Tickle Trunk, thank you so much.
Trunk.
It doesn't now, at least in StreamYard, it doesn't tell me which level it is. So I'm just going to read off everyone. It doesn't tell me the level. Maybe if I just pull it, if I did it in,
I can tell you the level.
I'll just pull it up on YouTube. Maybe I can see the level.
Mr. Tickle Trunk is.
I got it on YouTube. Clobberama. Yeah, I just went over to YouTube to do it.
Wicked.
Mr. Tickle Trunk, thank you for joining at the Clobberanimo level. Glinzer, Clobberanimos. Well, hello, Glinzer. Thank you so much for that. Mr. The Great Nick Weiser, thank you, my good friend, who I'll be hanging out with tomorrow night on the comic shops, reviewing Nova, and I can't wait. Is the Clobber level. I know it's a tongue twister word, Clobber, but you get used to it. Michael Beacom at the Clobber, thank you so much.
Yay!
Also, let's see. J-Man says, happy birthday. I will follow. By the way, he also joined. I don't know, because some people joined before this, so it's not in my stream right now. And I'll get all those out and mention them later, I promise. I don't have my eyes on it, unless you do, Raquel. I mean, but let's see.
I'm reading the chat. Did you make a request of me, boss? What do you need me to get? I will fetch it
if you
immediately.
Could get the whole list of members, we'll read them off after I just say hello to all the chat.
Sure, honey, I can do that. I can do that. I will go and get that ready right now.
Thank you, number one. Join J-Man says, I will be fast asleep dreaming about, he says, happy birthday. Thank you, J-Man. I will be fast asleep dreaming about better comic book movies. That is a pipe dream, you know. The great Chris Persia. Thanks for being here, Chris Persia, buddy. It's good to see you, man. He says, a better comic book movie? J-Man, if we could get a non-activist director to get Matt Ryan to reprise this, well, I'd be paying. Okay. Well, anyway, I see what she's talking about, something to do with a comic book movie, I think, with Constantine. Eric K., buddy, thank you so much for joining, bro. The Bronze Richard joined. He's at CLOBBERIN. I want to thank my great friend of just 4 decades for these kind words that he says. Maddie's Davy, Steve Mitchum says, happiest of birthdays to one of my oldest and best friends. No matter how bad things get, I've always known I could count on you, buddy.
Steve.
You're going to get me all misty there, buddy, because the same goes for you. You could always count on Steve. We've been great friends for, like I said, it's been about almost 40 years, and I know I can count on him for anything, and he knows he can count on me. So thank you, buddy. I really appreciate that more than you could know, man. Yeah. Let's see here. Who else is here with us tonight?
And I hope you're on the mend, honey.
I think he's feeling much better. He told me yesterday. So
good.
Our great buddy D-Man, D-Bud, who joined.
D-Bud.
What is D-Bud? Do you see his name on there?
I do see his name on here. I just have to switch. He is the CLOBBERIN level.
Hey, and thank you, D-Bud. Appreciate that. Hungry Boy's here. Hungry to dig Tarantino as much as Rodriguez. That's a curious name, but I always love when he does that.
Hey, Hungry Boy.
Scotty R37. Once it say hellos, we'll read off the members list. How about that? Make it easy.
Yeah, I have it ready. Whenever you're ready, boss.
Once we get our hellos done. Phantom Outsider, what's up, buddy? Thank you so much.
Hello.
Let's see, Kal-El, buddy. What's up, super pal?
Real soup, Stephen M.
Friends. I know Larry joined. Hey, Larry. Good to see you, buddy.
He was one of your first. Larry. Some folks say it twice, but the man deserves thrice because he is such a gentleman. My love to you, Larry.
Thank you so much, Jill. Thank you, Jill, for joining. Yay. Great to see you, Jill. Love you. Our communications officer extraordinaire.
Steve had pneumonia.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, honey.
Wow.
I'm so glad you're on the mend. That's really scary. And you're in great shape. I mean, you look like Thor in real life. You're a gigantic man with huge muscles. I can't imagine how bad an illness must be to knock you down and give you pneumonia. My goodness. Honey, I'm so glad you're back on the mend, and I'm glad that Maddie is feeling better. You have had a rough cold and flu season, and we just love you very much, honey.
Yeah, buddy.
You gotta watch out. Stay away from Loki over there. Come on.
Yeah, buddy. Good. Thank you, man. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Jill, for the happy birthdays. Thank you so much. Larry again. Thank you, Larry. Let's see here. Keith Movie Geek. Well, hello there.
Hello.
Good to see you there, my friend. I'm from the great pop culture minefield, right? I'm sorry, there's so many people using we have so many people coming here using pop culture, but they're the biggest pop culture channel of them all that use that name anyway. Pop Culture Minefield, Keith, and our good old buddy Gary over there. Good to see you, Keith. Thank you for popping in. Let's see here. Cardinal Sin with a $9.99 super sticker. Cardi, thank you so much, buddy. You're too kind, my friend. I appreciate you. Let's see here. I already said Phantom Outsider is here, right? Are you starting?
Fanty.
You're starting stuff for me? Okay.
Oh, well, it's because there were 2, boss, and I didn't want you to miss them.
Oh, I won't, okay. Well, I was just shouting everybody out in general right now. Mrs. Dadman, hello there. Joined. Thank you so much.
Hey, Dadman Clan.
My good old buddy with the great Latino slant channel, Paulie. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Paulie.
Thank you for joining, bro. Appreciate you so much. You're too kind. And of
Thank
course,
you for being here.
please join his channel, by the way, which I am a proud member of, and he has a great channel. And man, what a great couple of shows he
He's
had
had
last
some,
night.
yeah, great guests lately.
Yeah,
Also,
great
a
guests
really,
always.
a really sweet person, an intelligent and sweet person who gives
Yeah.
good interviews and has great entertainment, including live bands.
He does. Of course, Polly was my first friend that I made here on YouTube. I'll never forget him for that. And he's been such a great friend to me over 2 years now. Love you, brother. Good to see you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for popping in. Indeed, buddy. Too many years around the sun there. Ezra Goldstein, hello there. Thank you for being in.
Hello, Ezra.
Popping
oh,
in.
no. Larry's not feeling well. That's not good.
Oh, no, man.
I'm
Sorry,
sending
Larry.
you a warm hug, honey.
Let's see if I got everybody hello so we can start calling out. This is not acceptable. Thank you so much. You should not have done that.
I love you.
Thank you. I love you so much.
Happy birthday. I love you. I love you. I love you. Go buy yourself something, please. Be kind to yourself. Treat yourself. Take yourself out for lunch or something. I love you. If I were there, we would go out and we would paint the town. We would visit every single pawn shop. We would look in every used bookstore. We would go to every single place where there would be old comic books. We would eat a whole bunch of food, and then we would eat a whole bunch of junk food, and then we would do it all over again. I love you. I'm very happy you were born.
Thank you so much. After the garbage I ate today, I'm not too happy to be born right now, but I'm happy to be here with my friends.
Too much salad today, probably, right?
Well, I had a great time. My whole my brother flew in from Orlando. I hadn't seen him in a couple of years, and he brought. I mean, we had like 20-something people. My mom and dad's house tonight. All the family getting together, and it was huge, and for us anyway. And it was great seeing everybody there. So it's been a very long. Before that, I went out to run around a little bit. So it was a fun, busy day.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad they had that party for you. You're impossible to celebrate. You're impossible to compliment, but you're not impossible to love. So I'm so happy that you are, although you are obstinately self-effacing, that your family put their foot down and celebrated you and your fabulous personality and what a great dad, son, brother, and friend you are, and uncle you are. We all love you very much.
I'm kind of good at being the uncle part. I'm not really good at those other ones, but thanks. Keith Movie Gift, thank you so much. Happy birthday, Clubby, from everyone at the Pop Culture Mindful. Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. You were too kind. Let's see. Dad Man, thank you so much for the happy birthday wishes. Appreciate you there. Dad Man is a new member as well. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Jill, you're too kind. You shouldn't have to do that. Oh, for the $10 super chat. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. You guys are ruining my grouchiness for my birthday. I'm supposed to hate it. I'm supposed to hate my damn birthday.
Yeah. Well, you're better off having them than not having them. Trust me.
Paulie says, I'm a member. What do I get, man? Let's see here. You get
icons.
You get icons.
Oh,
you get
Oh, just someone walked through the door. The person who helped me purchase your birthday present, he just walked through the door. So he's about to begin his podcast. So hello to Jaworski Pool Practice, also known as my amazing husband. And I love you very much. And Clobby, Andy just wants you to know how much we all love you here and how much you mean to us and what a great friend you are to me. And yeah, just love you, honey.
Thank you, Andy. Thanks for popping in, bro. We appreciate you, man. And have a wonderful podcast.
And thank you for aggravating clobbering times in a good way.
He didn't aggravate me. It's not possible. I just have to pretend like I'm aggravated. Paulie, you get I don't know.
You're gonna do a members stream, maybe, right?
Well, I'll do that. Yeah, my undying loyalty. How's that?
How about a Fortnite with Clobby member stream?
Well, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to have an expanding array of really great custom emojis made by yours truly, emojis and emoticons. And they're going to not only be cultural artifacts from the things you love and the shows you love, but they're also going to be from our community proper. So things we've made up together, little sayings that we've come up with together. I'm going to be converting all of those into emojis and emoticons. and you'll be able to use them in the chat. And also, Clobby is going to be moving that spinner rack time machine into that members only area, where he's going to offer a special spinner rack features, where it's going to talk about comics and things like that. Maybe some nights we'll burn the midnight oil and we'll all just hang out and shoot the bull. So it will be like, Clobby's Clubhouse after dark. We're going to wing it because that's what Clobby loves. But I just want you all to know that there is a huge plan in the background. But YouTube actually makes you have a certain amount of members before they let you completely roll things out. So right now we're actually capped at 4 emoticons, and I have some really special and fun stuff waiting for you in the wings. It's all coming down the pipe. It's going to be super cool to be a member here, and there will be lots of membership benefits. What's that old saying? Membership has its privileges. So hang on for that, folks.
I think you just need 2 more members, right? So everyone go recruit some people.
Well, we'll see.
We
I
just
don't
need
know.
2 more.
It keeps saying that, but don't worry.
It keeps saying that.
I'll go and address what you got starred, and then we'll say shout out all the members. Raquel, a shin kick isn't enough. You need to use a quantum torpedo to shin kicks for MARC, suggesting a refund. Yeah, he does deserve it. Larry for $2 says happy birthday, Clobby. I'm a member. I'm sick. Oh man. Well, I hope you feel better, buddy. And see, I didn't even go childish on you and say, you said member. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, buddy. I hope you feel better, man. Anti-derivative, Jill, our wonderful friend again. Thank you for that. $10 super chat. Love you, Jill. Thank you so much. Of course, I love you. Happy birthday from Andy, the offspring in me, the wonderful first officer, the greatest first officer in the fleet, who I can't shin kick, which she's the only one that can do the shin kicking around here.
And definitely not you. I mean, in real life, you are a gigantic man. You and Steve are 2 humongous guys. Like, you're the real thing in real life. If you shin kicked me, I'd probably go to the moon, baby.
To the moon.
To the moon.
To the moon, Alice. Bang, zoom. Cardinal sent again, sir. Thank you so much for the 2 lovely super stickers, 999 super stickers. Thank you, my buddy. And thank you for joining. Scotty says, hey, no, you may roll your eyes at this, but I am so happy you exist. Well, I'm happy you exist, sir.
Thank you for sweet thing to say.
And thank you for that $10 Canadian super chat. Scotty R37, thank you so much. And thank you for the Wrath of Khan quote that gave you earlier. Mrs. Dadman, oh, you were too kind. Oh my goodness, you shouldn't have. Thank you. She's a lovely Mrs. Dadman, the lovely wife of Mr. Dadman, of course. Says, happy birthday from the entire Dadman clan. Here's something for you to have a meal on us. Here's to many more continued success in everything you do. You've moved Mr. Dadman Star Wars snob into another universe.
Oh, wow. I love
so
your
much.
family. What a great family you are. We love you around here. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Thank you for that. And hey, one of these days I'll get to Florida one day, or somewhere you'll get over this way, and
yeah,
well, your neck of the woods somewhere, or wherever you guys are. I know you're out there in the east somewhere. Apollomy. Oh, thank you, Apollomy, for the $20 super chat. Happiest birthday, Club. Thank you so much, and thank you to the pupper.
The pepperoni. The pepperoni.
D-Bud said, for some reason, YouTube isn't liking the 4 and Spock emojis. They worked earlier, so I don't know why they aren't working now.
I wanted to explain to you that YouTube has a strict cap of 4 emojis until we reach a certain number of memberships. And so while the Spock emoji will be returning and the Fantastic Four emoji will be returning, I thought that because this was the Clubhouse and Mark may be bringing out some things, that it was more important for us to bring the agonizer forward and the agony booth. So you know how we're always asking Mark for his agonizer, or Clubby wants to send him to the agony booth. Please know that for now, until they allow me to upload more of these custom emojis I'm making, I've made you an agonizer to torture Mark. And I've made an agony booth for the boss to torture Mark. So please feel free to use the agonizer and the agony booth. I love you all.
Thank you for
well
that.
done. So
and I was actually member number 1, but it's not showing up in the chat. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube. So
we'll get it fixed.
Shin kicks the YouTube.
Well, I'll go out and I'm going to go ahead and name them out. And I guess it's in order of the way they joined. I don't know, because it just started at midnight of today. So, the beginning of outset of August 11th in the Central Time Zone. So I know the first one was, in fact, the great Mark D with the C.
Thank you. Yeah.
But he's not. Oh, there he is. So these are out of. So I apologize. These are out of order. I'm just going to read them off. And I'm just Clobberonimo and Clobber level. So I'm just going to read them off. All you don't know what you joined in. Thank you all so much. But I should read the names. D Bud, Clobberonimo level. Thank you so much, buddy. 6, our lovely friend 6, Clobberonimo. Chris Persia, Clobberonimo. Larry is a Clobberonimo. Anti-Derivative Jill is a Clobberer. Mark D with a C is a Clobberer. Lord Thoth. Oh, buddy, LT. And the wonderful Mrs. LT.
And Mrs. LT.
Avon Lives, and long live the Legion, buddy. He is a Clobberonimo. RM, the first officer of Naughty, you weren't supposed to join. You're a member anyway.
You yelled at me last night when I joined. Yeah.
What are you joining for? You're already part of the group. You're on the team. But I tell you I'm bad at this. J-Man, Clobber, Decepticon, Clobber, thank you so much, my friends.
Sean's
Dad,
here in the chat. Sean.
Is Sean here? Sean, what's up, buddy?
Yes.
Decepticon?
Hey, Decepticon.
Thank you for joining. And thank you, Michael Beacom, Clobber, the great Nicholas, my good buddy Nicholas, 32 flavors of Nickweiser. Clobber, thank you, buddy. The Catman, a.k.a. D.D. Myers.
And the missus.
Thank you, Clobberonimo, Mr. Tickle Trunk, Clobberonimo. Paulie, my great friend Latino Slat, is a Clobberer. Eric K is a Clobberonimo. Apollo Mace Minion, Clobberer. Cardinalson, Clobberer. Glinzer, Clobberonimo, and Mrs. Dadman Walking, Clobberonimo. And I do have a soundbite that I used to play all the time on my old show. If I could figure out how to get it on here, I would. It's Paul Free's voice from the 60s Fantastic Four cartoon. Him saying, "It's Clobberin' time." I play that every episode, beginning of the show. And then there's another.
I'll have to clip. I got to clip.
Yeah.
And there's Clobberonimo comes from him saying, "Clobberonimo," just like that. And I always wish I could put it on here.
I can get it for you. I can get it.
If you can figure out a way to put it on
Tell me what episode it's in.
audio.
I'll clip it. It's.
I have audios of it.
Oh, and just put it in the Google Drive. We'll talk off later, but I'll get it for you.
They're not fours.
I can put like a graphic to it or something. Yep, like I did the Clabone. We can. We'll get something to work.
It's just a soundbite because if you could. Oh, thanks. That'd be great.
Yeah, I can put it to something animated. Yep.
I have to dig it out of my.
D. Bud Martin has discovered Avon Lives and is loving it. He's using Avon now as bookends. Avon Lives.
See, I can't see it. Oh, you can't see it through StreamYard, so I have to go.
Yeah, you got to see it in YouTube. Yeah,
you got to see it
I
in
got to pull up my
the
YouTube page again.
tubes.
Got to pull my ScrewTube page up, and so I can see so I can enjoy the. Because I can't. I'm not a member.
Limrod.
See, hey, Limrod, how you doing? Since I'm not a member myself, I can't use all those emojis. I guess I don't know.
You can't join your own channel.
All right, see, I pull up. This is what's ridiculous here. Okay, it's my freaking channel. I pull up. When I pull it on, when I put it on the screen, it's got a join button. I can join my own channel, I guess. Let's see. And it won't look.
Wagner.
Oh, at least it gives me. Okay, I do have access to the
icons.
Okay, the icons. So there we go.
That's a great message, D-Bud. We've got Clobby cake.
See, it let me do the icons. Thank you, D-Bud.
It's not letting me do the icons. I'm mad.
I wonder why it says I could click the join button. What am I going to do? What if you could join your own stupid channel?
Try it for a month.
Amusing.
You could actually do you get some great member perks if you join.
Oh, thank you for joining, Scotty. Scotty is a new member at the Clobberer level.
I want to announce a level that I kind of toyed with the other day that I'm going to eventually, and I mean this now, there's going to be a billionaires level. It'll cost you $1 billion to join in, but obviously only a billionaire can afford it. And I'm going to cut them a deal. They paid, I only want $500,000 for it. So they're going to be able to keep the half of it. And they have to pay all the taxes. I think that's reasonable. I mean, look, it's not like you twisted anybody's arm, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then there's the special, as I said, I'm naming it the Christina Hendricks level just after her, but it's going to be any woman that manages on the hotness scale of Christina Hendricks can join it, and it's free. And the perks are, I will come over to her house, free back rubs. I'll come over and watch movies with her and stuff.
I like D-Bud's suggestion. Yeah. He's waiting for the Sub Rosa membership level, so he would like the Green Wet Dreams level.
Oh God!
Give me time on that one.
Soylent Green.
Soylent Green is people. Thank you, Scotty, for joining. Scotty R37. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. It looks like Scotty just joined.
He did.
I believe. Thank you so much. And let me see if Clobber. There we go. Thank you. I wonder if those words are too weird for a level. I don't know. I love them anyway. So with clobberon and clobberers and clobberonimos and clobberettes and clobberating and clobberating, whatever.
Decepticon likes the emoticons. Yeah, I thought, let's get an agonizer going here for Mark and an agony booth.
Yes, it doesn't work.
I also have Klingon pain sticks for Mark, and I may actually put his face on Worf's face while he's going through the rite of ascension. So that's going to be fun. Also, I'm going to be adding shin kicks. There will be a shin kicks icon just for this community. It's going to be tons of fun, folks.
I got to get some shin guards. I got to pull up my hockey pads from the basement.
There you go.
Get ready for tonight.
Hungry Boy says, Clobby will sometimes spend those millions to buy Blake 7 to protect it and make Dallas Bryce Howard as Jean Grey film. I would certainly have Dallas Bryce Howard. I would hang out with her a lot, but I don't know if I want to play in Jean Grey. It may be acceptable. Look, put it this way: there's not a whole lot she could do that I wouldn't mind. I would have a problem with. So.
Are you saying you have a soft spot for redheads?
I didn't say that. So here's the thing: people think that just because even though I like them, I mean, hot's hot. I get having a preference. Like if you like redheads, which I do, I admit it. But as if I would turn on a hot blonde or a hot no. Just saying.
Just clarifying for your birthday.
I can vouch for this story. This is a true story. Because I know of a couple of women who he thinks are very attractive and they have jet black hair. And I know of a couple of women who he regards as very, very attractive and intelligent, very, very beautiful women, and they're blonde. But yes, I believe there's a hierarchy though. I believe it goes redhead, blonde, black, not sure. Cardinal Sin, welcome to the club, baby. Cardinal Sin is a new member. Cardinal Sin.
Thank you, Cardi. Appreciate it. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the let's see. I have to go over to the other chat to see it. Upgraded to the Clobberonimo. Oh, you were too kind, my friend. Thank you so much. Welcome, sir. I'll be doing some members only type chats like everybody does. Just, I don't know how to do it necessarily, but I'll figure it out and
we'll get it worked out.
We'll help you. Yeah, we'll help you. Yeah.
And apparently everybody but Mark Deal will be able to be there, so he's the only one.
The first member that joined. I was waiting.
He's the first member who's in the agony booth.
And it's not. It says see your perks.
No,
but it doesn't let me. Yeah, I know.
It was just a food bar. You'll get it straight now.
I hope so. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, actually, if copyright bill passes, Clobby can make his real FF movie. It would take a couple of years for that to pass by, though. Because it's got to be. I thought it has to be 56 years. I mean, 50. No, I mean 60, 57. Past 1956, 57, right? Well, we'll work it out. Yeah, I'll do a Legion of Superheroes animated film, and only I will make all of the decisions on it. Only me. Well, you know what I will do? You know what I might do?
What?
With I guess if you get yourself, if you spend too much, if you feel crappy about it on a normal time, but your birthday's close to it. JT Kirk, thank you for that. for that.
Is that in
Super chat.
Klingon?
That's some Klingon for you.
I
looks
don't
like-
know what that
It
says,
must
buddy.
be happy birthday. And I think
Yes.
I'm guessing it's happy birthday in
That
Klingon.
is happy birthday
Okay.
in Klingon.
Well, thank you, JT Kirk. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And then the thing that you ordered hasn't come in yet, but it comes in close to your birthday. Do you get to use the birthday excuses? I gave myself a birthday present. I don't know. I'm just wondering. I'm just saying. And it doesn't even come in. It hasn't even come in yet. It's a book. But anyway, so maybe I'll get me a T-shirt from TeePublic, but the discount's about to run out. And I haven't pulled the trigger.
You should always treat yourself on your birthday. Yep. Always.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I already
Get
went to
yourself
Twin Peaks
something.
and ate some queso. So.
I
looked
love
at girls.
queso.
Like deer chili queso with but I have to tell them not to put that pico crap in it.
I don't like the pico in it either because it's got the white onion all chopped up and it's just
got all kind of
gross.
I just want cheese and the
Just the
chili. man.
cheese. Just give me the
It's got the
cheese and the
green
spice.
stuff.
You could put ground beef in it. I love the ground
Oh
beef
yes,
in
venison. They put deer chili in it.
it. Yeah,
So Twin Peaks. That's a themed after the TV show that plays.
That's
the
right.
restaurant.
That's
Themed
right.
after the
Hey,
Twin Peaks
don't
show,
make
right?
fun of me.
That's right. That's what it.
This is a walkie-talkie conversation when Clobby was going to Twin Peaks and I had no idea what it was. And then we had a funny conversation on the walkie-talkies. So
You walk in there and there's like a weird. The room starts going psychedelic. There's weird vapors. There's a dancing dwarf and you're hearing boom, boom, boom. Orville Nation.
PJ!
Thank you, Orville Nation. You're too kind, PJ. Good to see you, man. Happy birthday, Clobby. Many, many, many more. Hey, I've been lucky to get one more, but if I do, see, that my suspicion, by the way, that don't get mad at me, number one, is, that big party that mom and dad, my parents threw for me tonight with my brother coming to town. I think they probably looked into the future or something, found some kind of, and saw that I wasn't going to have any more birthdays.
No.
and
Oh
figured they'd
God!
get
Don't
one
say
in
that.
there.
That's horrible.
That's just speculation. I mean, it could be right.
I'm going to call your mom.
I knew you'd get mad at that.
Yeah, don't say
don't
stuff
say
like
that.
that.
But-
that would kill me.
Just promise me if it comes true that next year on my birthday we'll laugh at it and think, see, it was pretty funny. He knew it.
Yeah, I'm going to
I
make
want you to
fun
laugh.
of you next year.
All right,
That's what I'm
PJ,
saying.
thank
Promise
you for
me-
being here, honey,
better
and thank
clip
you
this,
so
yeah.
much for wishing Clobby a happy
No.
birthday. And can I just say thank you to
Thank
JT
you.
Kirk, who
Thank
just
you, JT
became
Kirk.
a new member.
I'm just saying, if I turn out to be right, make sure you make fun of me because I want to be made fun of.
Look,
Also.
you're not.
Say-
Please don't say that
Just
kind
say
of stuff.
that
You're going
a-hole
to kill
spoke it
me.
into existence.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
may
we all gotta go
actually
sometime.
die from a broken heart if that happens. So
No.
please don't say that stuff.
Okay, all right, everyone, you heard that. From now, so if something happens to me, Raquel is not allowed to know about it. So one of you has to pretend to
Tell
be
her.
me.
I'm
One of
going to
them
know right away. We
No, one of
talk
you-
every day.
One of you's gonna have to be masquerade as me for the rest of your life.
We'll get the
Yes.
Echo device to program as a Clobby,
Right.
Honey, there's
Like-
no substitute for you. If you're gone,
right?
the world will
you
be
could
a,
just-
a yucky place.
You could just program it like an Android or something.
We'll transfer you got to transfer your consciousness into an Android. Yeah.
Transhumanism.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get a robot.
I shall
Clobby butt.
I'll be like that Vantica dude in that Deep Space Nine episode.
Yeah.
I'll transfer my stupid so-called brain into somebody else's and take over people's minds and crap.
Yeah.
Your parents are in their 80s.
Claude.
You have a long way to go, numbnuts.
Yes.
Claude, you almost made me-
exactly.
You almost made me snarf while I was drinking it.
But Minimus is correct.
That's
You're
a
good.
great
You're probably
comment.
going to live as long as your parents. So
That's true.
I get like 30 more years of Clobby.
Much like Avon, Raquel will shoot me in the last episode.
JT Kirk says, we'll transfer your consciousness into Nomad.
Yes. I am Nomad. I'm Vantica.
I am Clobby.
I'll be like the master. The master keeps changing, changing bodies and stealing bodies and all that kind of stuff. From Doctor Who, of course. The way
Yeah.
he used up his regenerations. He goes and steals the power from the Keeper of Traken. He pulls all kind of crazy crap where he's, should have been killed a long time ago and won't accept it. That's why I love that episode. I thought it was goofy as that episode was with Vantica that we reviewed last week, was it, or whatever? It was like a lot of that stuff. Yes, that's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be the robot Picard like that. I'm going to be. I am, but like a dumbass, I'll be just unlike that dumbass. I won't go.
Go
Make
younger.
make me my same fat old self. No, I'm going to say, look,
Don't
no,
talk that way about
I
yourself.
want you to make me like 25 in perfect condition. Make me look like Gil Gerard or something, from when he was in his prime as Buck Rogers. And oh yeah, by the way, since I'm really not that smart, I want you to give me like super intelligence, incredible superpower, athletics, and all that stuff. And make me make me irresistible to women, and we'll be good. I don't think that's unreasonable to ask. If you get transferred into another body, like PR did, you don't go into the same piece of crap you're already in if you're like 100 and whatever. What an idiot.
I was watching. I'm like, come on, can I
get
get some hair at least or something?
So what if I made you into Sargon?
Have no fear.
What if we put you in a beautiful sphere, but then you wouldn't be able to enjoy food?
No.
And you and I love food. What will happen?
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be like Sargon. I'll be like
Hinnock.
I'll be Hinnock. Near Savannah Bear says, the voices of Clobby and Mexican Iron Man are a little bit alike. Maybe Mexican Iron Man can pull off I will check with Mike, my good buddy Mexican Iron Man, pull up the goldfish maneuver. I like it. Now that's thinking there, buddy. Don't try to show your conscience into my toilet tank. I have to start using public boxes. I can't say that. I'm going to say that.
Gross. Minimus.
Lord,
Shin kicks.
At least I didn't put it up on the screen.
Yeah, don't put that up on the mark.
But what was this show? Was kind of like a Black Mirror type show. I'm forgetting the name of it, where the kid tried to transfer his consciousness, and he ended up in the robot. The kids that switch bodies, and I'm drawing a blank on. I'll have to search for. And he was switch bodies for a day, and then the other kid didn't want to go back, so then he tried to switch back, and then he ended up going into the robot. What was that guy? Kyle, you were talking about that series too. Oh, I'm totally
Electric Dreams?
It wasn't Electric Dreams, but it was about the guy that wrote the art book.
Tales from the Loop.
Tales from the Loop. Thank you. That's
Is it Tales from the Loop? Yeah, it's Tales.
Yeah, Tales from the Loop. That was so creepy when the kid became the robot. Oh, that gave me nightmares.
They still is an old character. No one here except for Claude, I know. Maybe Phantom has ever heard of a comic book called the Thunder Agents.
I only know about it because you mentioned it.
It was a great comic from the 60s when Tower Comics was trying to compete with Marvel in their heyday. Matt Wally Wood and Gil Kane and a bunch of those people. And Steve Ditko. Anyway, one of the characters, they were superheroes that they worked for the Thunder, the higher United Nations Enforcement Reserve. So even though they had superpowers, they were based on technology, not people getting bitten by spiders or coming from the planet of Krypton or hello, Masters Maniac Mexico. Good to see you. They didn't get their superpowers in fantastical ways. They used technology. One had a power belt that gave him great speed. His name was Lightning, except it was killing him because it was making him age faster. Dynamo had a belt that gave him super strength and invulnerability to a point, that kind of stuff. And one of them was No Man. He was an 80-some-odd-year-old scientist whose body completely died, but he learned out how to transfer his mind into very powerful androids with various powers. But once one would be destroyed, he could move his mind to the next one. No Man. Exactly. And this is in the 60s. That's how long ago these guys, were thinking about this kind of stuff. And No Man's my favorite character of the Thunder Agents. Well, I like Dynamo too, and of course, the Iron Maiden. She's pretty amazing. So, anyway, that would be like an endless supply of androids, superpowered androids that I can just move my mind into.
The Iron Maiden. I heard she can be sharp.
I'll stick with the band.
She was hot too.
I am sorry.
You don't want to get sandwiched by her.
No.
I am No Man. Sterilize.
Error. You're even doing the creepy. You're doing the creepy when he starts to melt down. You're doing that perfectly.
Error. Sterilize. I'm sorry. Yep. Sounds like Arnim. Well, Arnim Zola was a little bit different, but I know what you mean. That would be worse because Arnim Zola can't do anything really.
He's a TV screen, right? Yeah.
He's a TV screen on a crappy Android. Yeah, but yes.
On legs, yeah.
Yeah. Thunderous, great Wally-Wood art. Yes, indeed, Hungry Boy. I love Thunder Agents.
So what did you get for your birthday?
The great Minimas gave me. I should show that again. I guess I should have shown him again there. What Minimas gave me?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Does that count?
Yes, of course it does.
I'm just saying that. Maybe it doesn't count. I mean, maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you would call a penalty. I mean, since it was actually not the exact day.
No penalties for you.
He gave me indigestion. No, sorry. The party
He does
did
that every day.
The party did that.
Sir.
He gave me some toys.
He did.
What an excellent
I'm
friend.
going to it now.
Excellent friend. I
I
definitely
think,
approve of that.
For anyone who wasn't here last night, I guess we'll show it to him.
And yeah, you don't want
as
a
soon
friend
as
who
you draw
gives.
up that visual, boss, and you show us this wonderful gift you received, I just wanted you to know that you've also received a gift from Glinzer, and you can get to it at your leisure because I've started.
Oh, thank you. I just got to get to the.
Yeah, you go ahead and show your
Okay,
gift.
here we go. First, let me get back there and say thank you, Glinzer. Oh, you're too kind. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Let's just to quote Mr. Freeze, "Happy birthday." and to quote the TV, even the TV Mr. Freeze when he said "wild." Of course, that was the Otto Preminger one. There were 3 different Mr. Freezes on the Batman TV show. Did you know that? Did you care about that? You shouldn't care about that. It's dumb trivia.
That's important
Can
trivia.
you name them all? Walter Slezak, Eli Wallach, Otto Preminger. Can you name them? I did. What did I get out of it? Nothing. I was watching the False Face episode last night, Malachi Throne, and it's the first. They said starring as False Face, and they put a question mark in the open until the last credits of the last episode. Poor old Malachi, who was, of course, who did he play? You all know. You better know. Commodore Mendez.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
From the Menagerie.
The Menagerie.
The Menagari, blah blah blah, or whatever. Okay, so here's what Minimus gave me last night. Gave me yesterday, even though I told him not to.
Let's see it.
He never listens.
Good. I'm glad he doesn't listen.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about it. That's because I'm 5 years old, apparently. But it's easy to please. We talked about these in depth last night, but I'll show them again for those who did not see it.
Well, that's a great friend because you don't want a friend who's going to come over and give you clothes or something, unless they're
It's usually geek stuff, yeah.
Unless it's got geek clothes. But yeah, it's like it's like a Christmas present you get. It's like, and you get the thin box. You're like, Mom, I know that's clothes in there. Let me go to the better box first. You leave all the clothes for last. Yeah.
I forgot Sanders was not Walter Slezak. Slezak was Clock King. Sorry. See, but I've been going to Tubi and watching Batman episodes because someone traumatized me into trying to make me watch something really bad the other day, and I didn't do it. So.
It wasn't my fault, and you didn't do it.
It wasn't you.
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Yep.
And if you two want to talk about that show, by the way, you feel
we can
Speaking
talk about
of the
it later.
agonizer and the agony booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Matthew Pounder.
Oh, Matthew Pounder. Hello.
Welcome.
Hey, Matthew.
Thank you.
I just love these superpowers. I got to get that Superman. Yeah, that's awesome.
As we talked about last night, the other ones aren't great. I love this one. But what he gave me this figure, which is a re-release, sort of a re-release. But the Supermobile is just the greatest thing ever.
That's awesome.
Hey, Rod Thunderheart's here. Everybody say hello to Rod.
Rod Thunderheart. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. This is just too much. I mean, I love it.
And that was one of my first Superman comics I ever read. I'm like, what does Superman need with the spaceship? So yeah,
what does God need?
That's so cool. It's so cool to get this as finally get because the original Superpowers toy did not look anything like the comic. So vehicle. So this is just cool. And I think there was a Dinky toy or Corgi toy. It's Corgi.
It was a Corgi.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Corgi. But it was small. The figure wouldn't fit in there. But the comic, as you were saying, Clobby, was made. They put the vehicle in the comic to sell the toy, basically. So
hey there, Bunny Mom Ambrosia. Well, hello there. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you. I appreciate that. Of course, the spouse of the great Gary Ambrosia, who is an extraordinary fellow, and has bunches, and of course saves bunnies. By the way,
that's great.
Absolutely. It is lovely to see you, nice lady.
Thank you for being
Thanks.
here. Thank
Thank
you for
popping
joining
in.
us.
And thank you for the birthday wishes. Yes, this is what a man. I'm not going to say my age. Just say it's not too far from 60.
He's
Gets-
1,000,000 years old.
1,000,000,000 years old. And this is what I get: Superman toys. Hey, Gary Ambrosia, for the 5 minutes today. Oh, happy birthday, Clubby. You're the best man. Hail R.M. Briggs and Mark D. With the seat. Gary Ambrosia,
Hey, Gary.
I'm a big fan of yours and Buddy Mom, and thank you so much, sir. It's great to see you. Of course, for those who don't know, of Gary Ambrosia, and I've had the honor to sit on the panel from time to time on our great buddy Doomcock's panel. And all hail the Lord Doomcock, our great friend, by the way, and Gary. I'm honored to have you here, sir. Thank you so much, my friend. You are
so
too
nice
kind.
of you to come. Thank you so much, and thank you for supporting the show by giving him that little gift, buying him a coffee.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you so much, Gary, and your lovely wife. It's so nice of you to come to Clobby's birthday. You guys are the best. Thank you very much. Yay, Ambrosius!
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. I'm honored to have you here.
And Clobber Times, you had cake tonight, I hope, too, right?
Yeah. I guess my mom's not listening. The cake was kind of not that good.
Ooh.
When she makes the cake, it's fantastic. But they bought some kind of cake that was more icing than cake.
Yeah.
The pizza I got, and look, that's usually I want more icing than cake, but it was not so.
It wasn't good.
The party was wonderful. And again, I don't get birthday, but let me tell you something. I'm almost 60, as I've said. I've talked about this every now and then. I can only remember 2 birthdays in my stupid life. In other words, if you say, what'd you do and you pick out a random number of a birthday, I'll go, shit if I know. I don't know. Well, what'd you do and you name like 5 or 6 just random numbers, I'll go, I don't remember. But I can only remember my 18th and my 50th.
Wow. I can remember a bunch of what we used to go to see. My birthday is June 17th, so we'd always go see movies as a kid. So, like if a Bond movie was open or whatever, big, like Clash of the Titans, the good one, the Harryhausen one, So I remember going there with your buddies for that's one reason I think I remember them.
I probably did go see a movie or 2 on my birthday. I do remember one more. I forgot. 1988. I had my comic shop at the time. Go ahead and throw something at me, Eric. I did, and it's because of Minimus who's in the chat. I forgot. Damn it. Okay, there's
Clobby,
3 I
you
remember.
used to own a comic book shop?
Don't start. You're not Eric.
Sorry.
Your agonizer, please.
I'm excited to remember this, and you're going to have to let me have this moment because I thought I only remembered 2. I do remember 3. 1988. Don't ask me how old I was. Minimus, because, see, at the time I was married. Yes, a woman was dumb enough to marry me, but it was back in the 80s, so you can understand. It wasn't, it only lasted 9 years, but I got 2 great kids. Anyway, so they needed me out of the shop so they could set up a stupid surprise party. I wasn't a surprise party at home. I can't remember now. So Claude brings me to see Die Hard.
Oh, that's good.
Now, at the time, I hadn't seen it, and I didn't really want to. Look, I was a huge Moonlighting fan, and I love Bruce Willis on that. So when I would see the ads for Die Hard, I was like, what the hell is he doing in an action movie? I just didn't care, man. And then, of course, I went in and became one of the greatest movies ever made. I love it. And then he bought me. I still have the book, the present he got me. It was a big, complete, really beautiful version of all the Sherlock Holmes stories by Arthur Conan Doyle.
Oh, that's a great collection.
Nice.
I have that collection.
A beautiful collection of every story. I loved it. Gary Ambrosia, he says, the superpowers figures were my favorite. I had the Matchbox scale Superman ship with the fists and this super punching action Superman. Yes.
Thought you'd like that.
Wendy Webb, hey there. Good to see you.
Hey, Wendy.
Yes, Gary, these are from a new McFarlane release where they're kind of weird, Gary, because we were talking about this last night. This toy here they never really did in that line. Superman looks pretty good. The cape's different. I actually like the cape. The card art's the same. This is totally new. The Supermobile. It's based on the old, like you mentioned, the Matchbox or the old Corgi one and the Matchbox one. But of course, it's a gigantic big one. So this is fantastic, and it's out in Walmart's exclusive now. But for some damn reason, Batman does not look like he's supposed to. They've got the wrong Green Lantern, John Stewart, not Hal Jordan, and they've got right now they got a Batwing that's pretty good.
Batwing is nice. Yep.
The Batwing looks nice, but so it's kind of curious. I don't know what McFarlane's thinking with this line, to be honest with you.
He's doing what he wants, right? When you own the company, he probably said, "I want that version of Batman with that color scheme and you want a dark side with the armor, not the classic dark side."
Yes.
Good evening,
Oh.
Your Old Toys. Welcome.
Earl Toys, hey there.
Hey, your old toys. No one's late. Just glad to see you. Yep.
I know you got a Cerebus birthday cake for your 18th, and he gave it to me. Those of you who knows who Cerebus is,
The aardvark.
yeah, okay. So the Supermobile is a new release. Yes, brand new out in Walmart's now. Good. So I'm starting to feel like I missed out. Heading to Walmart now. Yeah, I think it's about 30 smackers. Like it's about $30. I mean, the Superman figure's like 10, so not
We
bad
call
compared.
that, Gary, on this show, we call that enabling. So what we do is we
Yes.
enable one another to spend money we don't have on things we love from geekdom and nerddom. So we've now enabled you, Gary.
That's one of my in my playlist on my channel. I do a series called Enabling. So that was a running joke with my friends. You know, we
Yeah.
tease each other, especially they'd get me because I know I love all the genre
Right.
stuff. So
Hey, Dave. Dave is here. Now, Gary, I will
Hey,
tell you
Dave.
this. I'll tell you this, Dave. Gary, the freaking Walmart's. I mean, I don't know how the toy pirates are in your neck of the woods, but man, I tell you what, now they actually have an actual display for these toys made separate from the number of toy pegs, at least at the Walmarts around here, and I think at all of the Walmarts. But the first wave, this is still the first wave, but a couple of weeks back, the toy pirates were hitting this thing so hard you couldn't find them. Then all of a sudden they started showing up again this past week. I don't know how long they're going to be there. These toy jackasses. You're already seeing some of this stuff taken out, these guys going to stores, grabbing them and putting them on eBay for stupid prices. Don't pay more than $30 for a Batwing or a Supermobile because that's what they're supposed to be at Walmart.
yep.
And these jagoffs I can't stand the toy pirate. Man, if you're a toy pirate that goes and hits these stores, goes to the Walmarts and the Targets, the second these toys get on the shelves, man, I better not ever run into you because I'm going to step on your face. I hate that crap.
Figuratively.
Figuratively speaking. Buy
We
the
hope-
one you
Literally.
want for yourself, jackass.
Well, that's what happened with the Thing at the Thing exclusive figure at
the
Walgreens. I didn't
Walgreens
get one. I mean,
exclusive.
Marvel should have sent you and me both complimentary Thing
Right.
figures, right? I mean,
We got
and now,
lucky- I
now
got
they're like
lucky on that.
now they're like
Yeah.
$80 on Fleabay. It's like, and actually
Sucks.
the new Ben Grimm on that they just came out with, I think is actually a better sculpt and it looks
is
better.
better.
But it just
still, that
irks
sucks.
me
I
that I
hate
don't have it. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I hate the idea of a Walgreens exclusive or a Walmart exclusive or a Target exclusive, but they do. But I can understand a Target or a Walmart exclusive. A Walgreens exclusive is idiotic.
So JT Kirk, I only bought one Gorn Funko Pop. I did not buy them all.
Oh,
yeah, that
dude,
was
you
a
and the-
Target.
Back on the
That was
Gorn
a
again.
Target exclusive. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, he's saying they went up to 40.
To the
bucks.
agony booth with you and your Funko Pops.
That is a great Funko Pop. That Gorn that's probably the number one
bring
best
up the agony
Funko
booth.
Pop.
Mark has
That's
to
the
go
best
into
one.
the agony booth. He's buying Funko Pops again.
Yeah,
And
these
yes.
exclusives are obscene too when they do this. Yeah, they starting up club, but yeah, when they that's a JT saying then they put them out on Amazon for $12, so they get everyone to overpay for it, and it's just it's just in one store. It's ridiculous. I mean, come on.
Yes. By the way, Matthew Pounder is exactly right. As everyone who may I've been remiss in my duties, this is, of course, all of August is Jack Kirby month on CLOBBERIN Times. And last night we talked a lot about this. The Superpowers line, but thanks to Jeanette Kahn and Dick Giordano, Paul Levitz, they allowed Jack Kirby to design the line for them and do their 2 comics based on the line. And so it really helped the Kirbys a lot. So we always appreciate that. And yes, he got a percentage from the toys, which was nice, which was about damn time. No, I did not get the mail-in Superpowers Clark Kent. Gary, I wish I had. I don't have that. And of course, it would have been nice to get. So did you get that one?
I don't
Man,
have that one. Nope. I
that's
do have
not
a
easy to
ton of
get,
I
is it?
do have a ton of the superpowers, but I don't have any of the vehicles. But the original, as we said, original Supermobile just doesn't look anything like this. So
It's
they did
okay. I
have one.
think your superheroes can get around on their own. I don't think they need their vehicles, but vehicles would be nice.
Well,
Well,
the
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 Justice
best one's
Jogger's the best.
the Justice Jogger. You got to show that.
The Justice Jogger. Do you want to
Can we
show the
show that?
Justice Jogger? We showed
Yeah,
it
do you have a
last night.
picture? Do you have a picture?
Yeah.
I'll
By the
show
way,
it.
Gary, Gary, let me ask you this: did you get the Justice Jogger? Hey there, JD Lewis. You heading out?
Bedtime now. Before I go, speaking as a
Oh my
post-stroke
goodness
shut-in,
gracious!
you've made a positive difference in my life. Thank you, Clobby. Happy birthday and good night. JD Lewis, we love you. We're so happy
Oh,
that this show brings a little ray of light into your life, and we're so happy that you're recovering, that you're on the mend. You are such a great conversationalist and a supporter of this channel and this show, oh, many of our shows. And we love you very much, JD Lewis. Thank you so much for that wonderful feedback.
JD, my friend, thank you so much for those kind words. I'm at a loss. I am touched by them, though, and I thank you so much, my friend, and have a wonderful rest of your night. You're too kind,
Take care,
buddy.
JD. Take care, JD. That's
And Cardinal Sin,
heartwarming
that was
message. Yep.
very nice words. Cardinal Sin says, many happy returns, which is one of my favorite Prisoner episodes, by the way. And Mazel Tov on 1,333. I'm just kidding. 1,333 subscribers. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you.
Cardi!
Thanks,
And the
Cardi.
one before that, do you see what Cardinal Sin did before that? That's why I
Yeah.
said when JD Lewis's message went up, I said wowzers, not in regards to his message, but because Cardinal Sin gifted 20 Clobbering Times memberships.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I started, but I think in the
okay. I must have
confusion.
missed it. I'm sorry.
That's okay, boss.
Oh, there we go. No, I did not find it. I don't see that. Was it on there?
Yeah,
In the
I'll go back and
StreamYards?
get it. I can go back and get it, honey.
That's
Don't
cool
worry.
if you can. Pleasant Valley Picker, good to see you, my friend. Let's see here. Gary Ambrosia says, I had the Lex Luthor figure and ship with the kryptonite. Never had the Kent figure, though. Well, yeah, you're not alone in that. Hello, Linrod, by the way. You're not in Master Mania. I think I already said it, but anyway, Masters Mania Mexico. You're not alone in that, Gary. A lot of people, didn't get that one. Or I didn't see it much. See, back then, I wasn't really collecting toys. I was selling comics and stuff, but I wasn't really a toy collector that much. I loved the way they look. And so I had nephews, so I would use that as my excuse. I'd buy the toys for them and I'd get to mess around with them, but I didn't collect them.
It's your cover story.
Yeah, well, and one of those nephews, like I said, about maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, was at his house and he found a bunch of his old toys and he gave me a couple of those superpowers ones that I gave.
You got him back, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Hawkman and the Flash.
Yeah.
But yeah. Now this line of these superpowers by McFarlane, though, man, Batman looks wrong. Like I said, I'll tell you, and some of the ones coming up don't look right. I don't know, man. You didn't bring up the Justice. Okay, the Justice Jogger.
Justice
folks.
Jogger. Who had this in the chat? Admit it. Admit it.
Who wants to see the Justice Jogger? If you had this toy,
I mean, that's because Superman. What a Superman name with a Justice Jogger. I mean, I could see, if it was like, Tony Stark and his Iron Man suit ran out of power, but we would need a Justice Jogger. But he can fly. He doesn't need it.
he seems like a cool figure. But really, what we do with a Clark Kent figure? Well, you could get a little miniature phone booth.
Yeah.
And let him run into it, I guess, and then pretend that he comes out of Superman. I don't know. It's not an action figure because he's
cover
Clark
the
Kent.
news. Cover the news, right?
Yes, he could be on a hot story. He could cover the news. At that point, he was a news broadcaster. But nothing tops the Justice Jogger.
The Justice Jogger is great. Yeah. So here's the Dark Side Destroyer.
Dave says, "What
We're
is
showing
that?"
this last night.
The Dark Side Destroyer. We're showing this one. This one's weird.
That's a weird one. Yep. And then there's
The
a
Luthor
Delta
thing's
1
really
probe.
crazy. Delta 1 probes. Okay. If
And
it
of course,
made
the
Jack
best is the
money, I'm happy.
Batmobile.
The Batmobile's the best. That is the greatest of
That's
the superpower
awesome.
toys of that original line. That's fantastic. I love it so much.
Yeah,
I would
that's
love to
awesome.
have had that.
Hungry West is not Micronaut status. It's close though. It's close.
No, but there was a great line though.
Great line.
Never collected superpowers when they came out originally, but my younger cousin did. He had virtually the entire line. I'd give anything to have the Hall of Justice. Oh my god! I even want the Justice Jogger just so I can show it to people.
Yeah. And of course, what was the weird figure? In, then they had a tire, tier.
So the Justice Jogger, yeah, tire. Okay, tier. I got a redo they did of him for Marvel Legend. I mean, DC Legends or DC Universe. But see, as has been mentioned here, this character, why they did this figure makes no freaking sense. He was in one whole Legion of Superheroes comic, and then when they just saw him and thought he looked cool with the arm and the mohawk, because Jesus Christ, it was never. And even later they said, well, this guy's been in no comics hardly. And then the Legion's in the 30th century. Why is this guy fighting the Justice League in the 20th century? What's he there for? He just looks cool, Chief. All right. Yeah. I'm not blaming Jack for it.
Well, they're trying to copy the Micronauts there. And Christmas Justice Jogger makes as much sense as the Spider-Man Spider-Mobile. Yeah. Just got to sell. It's to sell toys.
I think it's even worse because at least the Human Torch made that car for Spidey.
Yeah, and it could go up walls and stuff too. So yeah,
it could crawl on walls. What does the Jogger do?
It just jogs. Yeah. So here's the Clark Kent figure.
There's the Clark Kent figure.
Those mail-away figures are great. Yeah.
There's an unmade Superpowers phone booth playset that swapped the Clark figure for Superman. Really wish they'd release it. Well, there's kind of your answer.
Cool.
Thank you, Decepticon. That's kind of your answer there, Gary. They made a phone booth thingy that they were going to use for that, and they never. When unmade, they were going to do it. It was planned. Oh my God! Later at the Hall of Justice.
I remember that very well. Gentlemen, may I interject? I beg your pardon, please. I've gone all the way back to 21 minutes past the hour to Mr. Tickletrunk and the initial StreamYard offering, and now I cannot find that that particular notification that Cardi had bought a bunch of memberships for.
Did you see it? You saw it, Mark, or what?
Oh, I can see it. Yeah, here I'll move it over.
That's cool.
Here.
Well,
yeah, I don't
see
know.
right here. Oh, let me go up here. So here we go.
Yeah, why isn't that on my side? It's gone.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'll look. What time is it? What's the timestamp?
Very odd.
It's let's see.
It's 2 minutes past the hour.
What hour? Oh, that hour.
The 12 for Mark.
Oh, right here. Yep. Weird. And then the nice thing is it's showing you all the people that got subs, so that's awesome. Right. So all these people got.
Really, I'm not seeing it in StreamYards.
Yeah,
maybe
well, I saw it when it
initially
came up, but I think I saw it on my laptop, and then I thought that it was on the StreamYard side, but it's not. I'm searching high and low for it. It is not on the StreamYard side.
That's weird.
Cardi, thank you, Cardinal.
Love you, and you know, honey, that I would never overlook anything that you sent us and said to us. Yeah. So, sorry about that. It's not on the StreamYard. It very weird. Very weird.
Anyway,
so even Claude got a
Thanks,
gifted membership from Cardinal Sin.
Yay!
It shows who got them and stuff.
Yeah, it shows who got in the chat.
I'm new to this, folks. I'm new to this.
Yeah, it shows who got the membership. Yep. Because you can gift. They just added that in YouTube. You can gift memberships.
Yeah, you can gift memberships
before. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Maybe now you should have enough.
So here's the
add more things if you want.
Yes, I'm very excited about that.
So this is the original Supermobile, which is very disappointing from the figure. I mean, not that I wouldn't have loved to have it as a kid, but and it's kind of close to here's a Lex Luthor one.
Yeah, Lex Luthor's not happy at that thing.
But here's the original
Gary.
Here's the original artwork from the comic. So what had happened with the Earth's sun goes red for a while.
So he needs it. Yeah.
Yeah. So he needs to.
That thing's useful near a red sun.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Supermobile. Let's see if we do Corgi. The original one.
Bunny Mom.
Here's the original. It's Corgi Jr. Yeah, but it's not.
What's going on there?
Oh, just the Ambrosias are just being charming and wonderful and making everyone laugh and being cool and cute.
Oh my goodness.
That's pretty
Cool.
cool too. Though. That's not bad.
Yeah,
I
who's
mean,
got who didn't have the corgi or the?
I didn't
Did he
have
do
it.
it? I didn't either, but I was.
I
did they do a
wanted it.
Matchbox, or was it just corgi?
I think it was just corgi, if memory serves. But
I believe it was corgi.
yeah. So
Very
they had
nice.
this was the Superman line that was in the 70s. So what Superman's got to have a van, of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, why he needed the van?
when he's Clark Kent, and he's but it has
The
Superman
cop
on the side.
car.
Well, if you're somewhere and there isn't a
the
telephone
chopper.
booth to change in, you've got the
Yeah.
van, man.
Got
Yeah.
the van. Yep.
Yeah,
So-
Superman with a creeper van.
So that was just such a cool toy. Yeah, I could get one of these on Fleabay. Probably hopefully the price will go down now with the new line out. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
All right.
corgis were great toys as kids because you got, excuse me, got the James Bond stuff. You had Batman 66. It's one of the few places you get some really cool vehicles back in the day as a kid. So
Jesus, JT. Yeah, well, that's what I say, Cardinals. And go through revolving doors real fast. They didn't have a lot of phone booths at the time, so
yeah.
Oh, I get it. A corgi. Look, a corgi dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God,
That's
that's
cute.
pretty good.
That's good. Yeah. Corgi. Oh, we got a Hulk
t-shirt?
there. Yes, you should. Yes, definitely buy it. Yeah,
You want to see the T-shirt I'm gonna get?
yeah.
Yes,
Show the
please.
T-shirt. Oh, look at this
Now,
Hulk.
again, the
Oh,
Hulk
this is
band
cool.
thing got me.
That's awesome.
That was great. I never got that one.
Detachable cage and figure. Yeah. How's a van with a little flimsy cage like that gonna hold the Hulk?
Well, when you think about it, he's so powerful. How do you change clothes in the phone booth? Anyway, so it's so tiny. It's so in there. I mean, he can't. He's so powerful. When he would move like his elbow up, changing the clothes, he would like knock a hole in the thing. No phone booth should have survived Superman changing in it. So,
Yeah.
I don't think any phone booths survived at all. There are no phone booths left in Canada. They're
No.
all gone.
No, they don't have them anymore. But they have one at the.
Oh, Gary joined.
Gary Ambrosia, thank you for joining.
Oh my goodness,
You're
what
too
a
kind,
sweetheart
sir.
of a man. Thank you,
Oh,
Ambrosius.
thank you, buddy. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Gary.
The Metropolis, Illinois Superman Museum has one though. Has a nice phone booth there. Well,
Oh,
One of
nice.
the last
real.
one of the last few ones left. In
What's
New York
I
City,
don't-
I think has like one or two payphones left, but they're not booths. They're just on the wall. I think.
Well, I think
they
it's a
kept
huge
them.
mistake because, of course, telephones
Thank you,
had
Gary.
telephone lines and they were not reliant upon power. And so
No.
during a power outage or during a major weather event, we could count on the telephone. You could still phone out to emergency services, to people you know and love, and you had that lifeline. And of course, now with the advent of digital, that's not possible. That's no longer possible. Now, if something goes wrong and there's a power loss, your phone doesn't work. Your landline, at least, if you still have one of those.
Well, it's not a landline. Yeah, it's
exactly. And
voice over
and,
IP. Yeah.
yeah, and you really have to make sure that you have a double charger available because, of course, your cell phone
Right.
will be of no use to you. And so, yeah, it's I miss phones.
But my mom, I made
I
her
had
keep
a
the
landline in
landline.
20-something
Yeah.
years.
I
I
have a
made her keep it.
landline.
Yeah, I made her keep a landline because she's,
know.
with hurricanes or
My
storms.
mom
or,
does. Yeah, my parents do.
Yeah.
and every week
I
she's
know
like, "Can I get a cheaper phone line? This phone line's $15 a month because it's $50 a month to keep an actual POTS. It's plain old telephone system line." And
That's
I'm
what
like,
I
Mom, it's
have.
just in case. You can't. That's
I
it.
love it. It's
But-
actually a red phone, and I bought it on was it eBay or Kijiji? And it's a phone from the 1980s, and it's red. And I only give the telephone number out to people who I really love. So I call it the presidential line. It's the red phone. When that phone rings,
Right.
it's someone important.
Or
So,
Batman calls Commissioner Gordon. with
Exactly,
a red
exactly.
phone. Yeah.
You
Oh, of
got
course.
it. Ding, 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 ding.
Gary, I didn't buy the Secret Wars line. I bought the comics, of course, but I bought them for my nephew. Same deal with the superpowers. At that time, when Secret Wars came out, I was around like 20 years old, and I wasn't buying toys at that time. I started buying them later, but I mean, for a while, I wasn't collecting toys. I wasn't a toy collector, kind of like I had become. But I certainly bought those for my kids, and well, not my kids. My kids were a little bit younger than that. I bought those for my nephews before my kids were born. So now I always thought the Secret Wars toys were a little skinny. They were kind of
they are. Yeah,
they're a little, in a sense, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're kind of thin, but they're cool though, of course.
Great design though. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, but I did not like the comic very much at the time. But then again, I can't tell you what I did to the comic because my copy of the comic, people get upset. I'm all 12 issues.
You gave it to someone. Just say you gave it to someone.
I gave it to charity. There you go.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Rob Thunderheart says, for $5, thank you so much, Rob Thunderheart. Appreciate you, man. He says, happy birthday, Clobbering Times. I'm listening, but may pass out. Well, I wouldn't blame you. We do that to everybody. I'm in my truck in a rest area I'm having brake trouble. Oh no, man. Mechanic in the morning. I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Please be safe. Lock that sucker up there and take care of yourself, man.
Yeah, it's one thing you need on a truck is brakes.
And if you're in the Rockies right now, and I think you are, Rod's an Albertan and he drives in BC, don't get out of the truck when it's dark. I know you already know that, but I don't need you getting eaten by a bear.
Yes, keep your powder dry, buddy. Just be careful and be safe, my friend.
Yeah, we're thinking of you, Rod.
Hell yeah, buddy. And,
make yourself something to eat and just lie back, and enjoy the show, sweetheart.
So, do I buy this shirt or not?
Yes,
you do.
You buy it immediately.
I thought it was weird, but I kind of like it.
What's that symbol on there? What's that?
What do you mean?
On the
4.
Oh, 4. Oh, I have my glasses on. They're old. That's Invisible Woman. Okay,
part of it's invisible. Yeah,
I got it. Yeah.
Something about the design I kind of like. I think it's kind of clever.
It's too clever for me, obviously.
Why? Because
I didn't get it at first. That's why. I'm like, what's it? It says A on the Fantastic Four.
No. Open your eyes. We're all going blind because after half a century, you're done for.
The Secret Wars figures had oddly hardy thunder thighs. Not that I'm dressing, says Sean. I don't know. The time's running out. The discount time's running out on that sucker.
Oh,
it costs.
Sorry, go ahead.
14 smackerels. That's not bad.
No, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's what he was saying earlier. He wanted to make sure that he got in before the discount expired.
Yeah, it would cost
and Rod
the normal
Thunderheart
human
is at the Frank slide in the Crow's Nest Pass. You're in the Crow's Nest Pass. I have friends who are so close to me there that I consider them my family. I love them very much. Friends of more than 3 decades, and of course, their brother is the mayor there. So the pass is a beautiful place to be. Such wonderful people there. A great fried chicken. You can get it all night at the gas station. And don't forget to grab some ice cream before you leave there. They have amazing ice cream in the pass. Rod Thunderheart. Don't forget. And Chris Persia says, Raquel, is it a rotary phone or a touch tone phone? It is a touch tone, but I am looking for a rotary phone. But the problem is every single time I try to buy the rotary one, I want the black one that used to be like in all of the movies in the journalism pit. But the problem is every single one that I've tried to buy, it always has something broken, and they're always like, well, you can buy it now for $100 and this is what's broken, but there's no one left to fix it. So when I find a black one that is old school, like 1960s style, and it isn't busticated, I'm definitely buying it, Chris. Anyways, go ahead, guys.
Well, I'm tempted to maybe get this one instead. I don't know. I like that one, but this one kind of tugs at my heartstrings because it's the cartoon. Oh, let's see. Cardinal
nice.
Sin
I like
says,
that better. Yeah.
Can you share the link? Oh, sure. Can you share the link? Thank you for the super chat, buddy. For that T-shirt. Is it an official Clobber type? No, it's TeePublic. Every now and then they have these little sales and stuff. That's where I get a lot of my geek shirts. TeePublic has, just if you go in there and do a search, and get them. You can find a shirt of anything you desire. And before we continue, Gary
Yes,
Ambrosia,
please. Yes.
thank you so much, sir. He said I'm going to head out. Well, love you all, and I hope to see you on Sunday. Of course, the great pop culture breakdown. Absolutely, Gary. Hail Clobber Times. Hail you, sir. You and your wonderful wife. Thank you both for being here. I've been honored to have you here, and thank you.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are such great friends. I'm so happy that you made it. Ambrosias, you are just such a wonderful couple. Have a lovely evening, and definitely, get your bums in the seats for Gary's shows, and support Bunny Mom Ambrosia. In her causes. A really, really great couple and wonderful friends to Clobbering Times. Thank you, Bunny Mom.
Yes.
Thank you, Gary. Good night.
Good night. Good night. Take care.
Gary is the one on the Pop Culture Breakdown with Doomcock every Sunday night, which is just a fantastic show. You all know
Doomcock!
Hail to the great Doomcock, my good friend, and to Gary and all that great panel there that hangs out with him. They're just fantastic.
Love them. Love them. Have a great show, guys.
Cardinal, I'll put a link to Cheap.
I got it. There we go.
Okay, can I ask? I need to interject. Do you guys want to have a Clobbering Times T-shirt? Because if you wanted to have a Clobbering Times T-shirt, we could possibly work something out there. Either I could make some art for it, or maybe we could talk to Hungry Boy behind the scenes and ask him if it's okay if we do the Clawbony. But I can arrange to have a shirt that you can buy through a T-shirt store. So if you're in for that and that's something you would like, would you please go ahead and leave a note in the community as a member? And if we hit a certain amount of people who are interested in that sort of thing, it would be my absolute pleasure to arrange that merchandise for Clobby. And he won't have to do anything. All you have to do is just click on a button and get that T-shirt shipped to you. So please let your opinions and desires be known in the membership community. I will be happy to respond to your needs and wants as much as I possibly can.
Hello, Mazarus. Good to see you.
Maze!
Hey, Mazarus.
Good to see you there. But yeah, this particular sale's got about 2 hours left. I mean, in other words, a normal shirt that's normally $22 is $14. Probably actually $13 if you're a normal sized human. I'm not. So. Yeah.
And how's shipping on this place?
What's the shipping like?
Is it okay?
Not too bad. I mean, it's not great.
Bad,
it's not horrible.
Yeah, well, everything's expensive.
You save 36%. That's what the sale is. So whatever.
Nice, yep. There's some great shirts.
They got a shirt for everything. You go do a search on there.
They got and they have the license, I guess, right? They have the license, I guess, too, right? Yep.
Well, they independently contract the different artists and stuff, and put Star Trek in there, you get a bunch of different Star Trek designs.
Okay, folks, I see you all. I'm going to write down all of your names right now. You want T-shirts? I can arrange that. And all of the proceeds will go to Clobbering Times. So I will talk to Hungry Boy. Maybe we'll just use the Clawbony. I don't know what we'll arrange, but I will get that in the works. Boy, ask, and just a flood of responses. I will start putting that together right away, folks. We're going to come up with a Clobby T-shirt.
Oliver Belamontes, happy birthday to Clobby. Thank you so much, my friend. He says, I applaud your voice impression of Darkseid, which sounds so similar to the Super Friends Superpower show. Should I read that super chat like him? That's going to hurt, but I'll do it for you.
You should, yeah.
Oh, no.
Happy birthday to Clobby. I applaud your voice impression of Darkseid, which sounds so similar to the Super Friends Superpower show. That was not as good as last night, but my voice kind of got a little messed up. Let me say that was. Now let's try that now. Welcome to Clobbering Times. Thank you so much. Oliver Belamonte. I will destroy the Super Friends, and Apocalypse will rule the entire universe. I must find the anti-life equation. Nah, to hell with that. I'd rather have Wonder Woman. Which is true, like I talked about last night.
Beautiful.
It was weird that I think it sounds sort of like him, but it was weird.
That's
because
awesome. No, that's great.
Yes, Pleasant is it's for another little over a half hour. It's still my birthday. But what was it? Yeah, it pretty much sounded like that, I guess. And we talked about last night how it was weird for a kid's cartoon that Darkseid was constantly trying to kidnap Wonder Woman and take her to Apocalypse.
Yeah. He had good taste.
I want Wonder Woman. That will the Untitled equation. Master says, what is normal size? I'm at 47 now, coming from 150. I would love to fill up that cut again. All a matter of perspective, but my ex-wife also prefers a belt. Well, I don't know by numbers like that. I just know it says like 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 15,000x. No, so
view size.
There's
size
a chart.
Right.
There is a chart that will give you the inches or the centimeters depending.
I just go by the X's and make it easy.
Yeah, but if you mouse over those sizes, they will give you the measurements in inches and in centimeters, sweetheart. And I would check that out just to make sure it fits.
Yeah, well, there you go. So let's see. Let me go back here. Anyway, I don't know. I like that shirt, but the one problem with this site is being able to choose.
Yeah, there's too many choices.
There's too many options. Damn it! I'll sit there and go. I'll put in Star. I'll look at a Star Trek shirt. I'll have Star Trek, and I'll be like, "What about what about or Fantastic Four, Superman, or whatever?" Like, they're too many, man. Because they have different art. They're all different artists doing them. They contract through TeePublic, which is a good arrangement. But then there are some of them that I'd like to slap whoever did them just because I don't like them. Some of them
I love the comic art, the box. What do you call it? The corner box. I love those. Although some of them have the wrong prices.
They need to do more of those and do them right.
Maximum Redstone.
Maximum Redstone. Masters says 48 hours to go, and we will get the Nargis. If you mean the Nagus, we did the Nagus episode last week.
Yep, we had Nagus. Yep.
Yeah, just so you'll know, just
for
FYI,
Nagus, yep.
FYI, these are the episodes this week on Saturday Night Star Trek. You have Storyteller, Progress, If Wishes Were Horses, and Dramatis Personae.
And the hysterical thing is about last week, Move Along Home, our great episode. And
Move Along Home.
I posted a clip from that on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have almost like 3,000 hits on like this ridiculous 12-second clip, it's just funny how YouTube picks some things to go viral and other, it's all the algorithm. So so when I go to like my YouTube analytics, it's like you look at the video. Normally my videos get like 50 hits, so it's like this video has 2.8K hits more than usual. So but yeah, so we won't play that video tonight.
Please don't.
Yeah. But how many hits? Yeah, here, help me get it up.
Well,
to
there's going to be an extra hit if you show that
right?
video.
Yeah,
2 hits.
People are commenting. They're like, this is really in Deep Space Nine. They're like, they can't believe that it's like, they
like
forget that it was. Yeah, it's like, is this a blooper?
Comics Command Post. He says, "Happy birthday, Clobberin Times." Thank you so much, Comics Command Post.
Comics Command Post. Thank you so much for that, my friend. Appreciate you. Thank you. Just for you, I'll say it, Al. Just for you this once, Max, I'll say it. Alan Moraine. But I'm not going to sing it like Avery Brooks. That's worse. Now I know how Rumpelstiltskin feels.
No.
Oh, God.
No.
What? What? Rumpelstiltskin.
It's terrible. These are the worst earworms. It's worse than 99 bottles of beer on the wall. It's worse than the song that doesn't end.
Check out the Clobberin Time. Check out the Clobberin Time. It's Miller Time, so it's Clobberin Time. Thank you. Look at that.
Right?
Thank you. Thank you for the happy birthday, Max Redstone. You're too kind, buddy.
Well, I did ban what as a joke last night. I was late to the show, but I was listening. And I banned the words Wesley, Alan Moraine, and what else? Did I ban? A couple of words.
Yes, and it's true. Oh, thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining, Max.
Thank you for joining, Max, as a clobber. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Yes, you could. Yes, it's true. We just Mark told me I didn't know it was possible, but you can actually ban words from your freaking YouTube channel. That's
yes, you can.
Yeah.
That's pathetic. I mean, even I
Well,
don't want to do that.
You don't want to ban Wesley right now, right? We don't
Oh,
want to
I
try
ban
that.
words all the time.
I do
I
ban
banned
words.
I should have
Ezra
banned
nasty
Miller
words.
from my Twitter. That's wonderful.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I don't want to see that crap.
I don't like it, but I mean, if they put it, I'm not gonna. I just don't like to ban words. I just got a problem with that.
Well,
Just a thing, I guess.
for me,
Well, there's certain words that get you in trouble. I banned a few of those, like Yahtzee and other,
Hey, look, Herbie.
things. Yeah.
Some of these things piss
Herbie
me
shirt,
off.
Yeah.
Some of these, as a
Baxter
Fantastic
Building
Four,
Classic Game Night.
yeah, that's interesting. Some of them are kind of funny, and some of them make me want to punch the universe. You can ban words on YT, but yet YT can ban the switch
yes,
box.
exactly right, JT Kirk.
They can't ban. Well, that's a good point, JT Kirk. They can't ban the stupid bots.
No.
Now they'll be showing up. The word is almost filthy. It says, boy. Oh my God. It's worse. I don't know what's worse, hearing Avery Brooks sing it or hearing that stupid alien say, "Hello, Marine." He needs his throat punched for that.
I clipped that one too.
Yeah.
I hate you all for bringing this up.
Well, we could bring up something I know you'd love to talk about.
Oh
So,
my God,
you
more
want to talk
crap.
about that show? You don't
Hey,
have
man.
to. Hey, look, you don't
No,
have to
let's
talk
do it.
about it.
Let's do it. Let's do it because it's all Mark's fault.
Are you sure?
It's
Yes.
Everyone blames Mark. I always get blamed for everything, but
This
Mark
is
always turns
not-
out to be
is it-
right
is it
usually in the
Mark's
end.
fault?
No, it's 100% Mark's
All right.
fault because he made a comment in passing. And I thought that I was going to go and do something geeky because he was like, one night we were talking till I don't know, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning here. So it was really, really late. And before we leave, Mark's like, "Oh, and the Sandman is out on Netflix this weekend." Because we were talking
Or
about
tonight. No, it was tonight. It was
Yeah,
that night. Yeah.
It was that night. Yeah.
Yeah, that night, whatever. I don't remember your exact
No,
words,
it's
but
okay. Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, what's this? The Sandman? That sounds interesting."
But I never
So
said to watch
nothing.
it. I never said
I said
just said
nothing.
it's dropping tonight.
I said nothing. I got off the stream and I was like, "Hey," I said to Andrew, "Hey, so you know that guy who likes clam pizza and watches strange nude worms? He's going to be watching the Sandman." No, that's not what I said. I said, "Mark's watching Sandman. This is a comic, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, but it's not a comic I ever read." And I was like, "Well, it looks like it might be gothic fiction, and I'm really into gothic fiction. Let's give it a try."
Yeah.
So because of Mark,
I just mentioned it. I didn't say watch it, don't watch it.
I thought I was going to be I was going to fit in with the cool geeks. This nerd was going to reform and maybe get herself involved with a comic. So, I watched it. I watched the first episode and I thought, "Oh, this is a visual feast. It's just absolutely beautiful. This is going to be so much fun." It's slightly campy, gentlemen. I have stream brain. It's got the Nautilus. It's got
Captain Nemo.
Yes, Captain Nemo, but the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
The gentleman. Yeah. Okay.
So
Yep.
it's
Alan
kind
Moore,
of campy like that in the first episode, but it's a visual feast. So I figure, you know what? I'm going to try this, and watch the first episode. Everything was great. Then after that, oh my gosh, what a train wreck! What a
I didn't
train
think it was
wreck.
that bad. I'm only up to episode 4. Well, end of 4 went off the rails, but I thought episode
it's
2 was
so
okay.
bad, and it's so bad, and it has so many continuity errors and so many plot holes, and it changes tone so much. Like that first episode, you think that you're signing up for what's that movie that has the Logan guy in it, and he
Wolverine.
played a vampire hunter.
Oh, that was I'm picturing clothes in my eyes. I'm picturing his outfit. That was
Van Helsing.
Van Helsing, thank you.
So
Yep.
I love Van Helsing. I don't care if people
Yeah, it
like
was
it or
supposed to be a series, and that never happened. But
right,
yep,
but
a lot of people
I
love
don't
that movie.
care because there's some B-rated gothic horror stuff that I love. If there's no gore and it's just kind of scary, but 1800s scary, I like it. So like here I'm thinking this is going to be like Van Helsing. This is going to be like A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So that was the tone at the outset. I didn't even make it to the end. I got 5 minutes into the 7th episode and it turned into some like kids show where they all meet in a house and they're all like awkward and they're all going to live together like children, and it's almost like they're in like some sort of a sorority and they start like exchanging stories and feelings, and so it was just so utterly
So I haven't gotten to
bizarre.
that part. I haven't gotten to that part yet.
So weird, such a weird show. It has
Well, the Sandman's an extremely weird comic too. I mean,
but it's
if you've
just it goes all over the place, and there are the dumbest things that are going on. Cain and Abel are in the dream world instead of Cain being in hell and Abel being in heaven. There's all this strange stuff going on. It's just it messes with so much mythos and so much biblical stuff, and it's just all over the place. It is a train wreck. It is a discombobulated train wreck of poo. It's just it's like smearing poo all over your TV. It's terrible, and I blame Mark. I blame Mark.
Blame Mark. You know, we blame Canada. Going to sing a song. Blame Mark. Yep. Blame Mark. Gee, I just
so I tell
mentioned the
him,
show was
and he's
dropping
like,
because I
Raquel.
read the.
He's like,
I read
Raquel,
the
why did you
comic
watch
when
that?
it came out.
And I was like, because you said you were going to watch it. You mentioned
I never said I was going to watch it.
I
I
wanted
said
to be cool
it's
like you. I
released
wanted
tonight.
to go do something geeky. So I did something geeky. And look at what happened to me. Look, I don't know how you geeks put up with this, all this SHIT that happens to your stuff. I am going to stay in my books because what I saw.
There's a good point right
terrible.
there.
So yeah, so how did you make it past the 4th episode? Because I thought up to the middle of the 4th episode things are going pretty good, but the end of the 4th episode, you know, spoiler warning if you haven't read the comic, but
no,
basically Dream is trying to retrieve his helm, his ruby, and his Sandman dust, you know, which are elements that give him his powers. So yeah, so but. So a character has the ruby and he's
yes.
It was kind of Twilight Zone-ish. They were going for that kind of Twilight Zone vibe in the diner. Whenever there's a scene in a diner, you go back to Twilight Zone and William Shatner and
that's right.
And asking that devil on the counter for, you know, what's going to happen, what should they do next, which is a fantastic episode. But then, you know, the character makes it so everyone's got to be brutally honest, which is an interesting concept as you think about it. You know, it's like, does this dress make me look fat? You know, hey, don't ever answer that if you're married. But yeah, so it's kind of going to that you know, when you're pleasant to people, like, oh, hi, handsome, and it's like, do you really think I'm handsome? No, I'm just trying to be nice to you. You're ugly as hell. But what's crazy about the episode is instead of having people getting, you know, some fights or things, I don't know if the guy was manipulating the gem more, but you know, the world is basically. Exactly.
Hey, Zachary.
And the world is about to end, and then everyone starts having sex with each other in the diner, and then they start cutting off body parts. And I'm
I didn't watch half of that. You already know what I do. What do I do when that happens?
You cover your eyes, right?
Andy
tells you it's clear, right?
The TV.
And you mute the TV, yeah.
And who tells me when the violence is over?
Andrew.
Andy.
And if he lies to you, he probably gets punched.
Yeah.
No.
He's trying to trick you. Yeah.
I just tell him I don't want that gore in my head. Like, there's already so much happening in our world today that is just so traumatizing and so terrible. I don't want those images in my head. But so it's not like I'm a little girl and I'm terrified. It's just I don't want those images in my head. And because I don't know if it's because I'm Irish and I'm an author, I don't know what it is, but that kind of stuff sticks in my head because I'm constantly thinking in the storyverse, in the storyland, right, where you're creating something. So anyways, it very violent. I thought that I also thought that the diner scene was insincere because I am one of those people, like I ran a bar, I owned a bar and restaurant, and I am somebody who walks over to someone who someone doesn't think is conventionally handsome, and I will say, "Hey, they're handsome."
Yeah.
And the reason being
Thanks, Scotty.
is
Have a good one.
Take care,
because
Scotty.
people are handsome in a different way. And not everyone is attracted to conventional beauty. A lot of people are just
Yeah.
attracted to someone's soul, and they need to
Yeah.
feel the love and the sincerity between two souls. So I thought that was kind of shallow and dumb and kind of weird. But the reason why I want to bring it up is because I watched Lady Purple Valkyrie's show, and they were talking about a lot of these in fan issues. And so I just want to set the record straight. I'm not a fan. I don't read comic books. I'm not a geek. I don't know anything about merchandise. I don't know anything about comics. I don't know anything about filmmaking or gaming. Don't know anything about that. I am a nerd. So I'm a Star Trek nerd. I love books. I took writing in university. I took tech in graduate school. So I'm a nerd, okay? But I'm going to say this. It doesn't matter if you're a fan or not. That Sandman show is complete and utter garbage. It is poop smeared on fetid garbage, and it has absolutely nothing to do with any of the political or non-political messages in it, or the way you vote, or any of that stuff. It is hot garbage, no matter what you think or what you believe. Just the story is so bad. The tone switches and goes all over the place. It has so many continuity errors and plot holes and just insincere moments that you just can't keep up with it. I mean, you can go into your lavatory and you can grab some air freshener and you can spray it around the room and continue to watch it, but your room will still smell like poo as you watch this terrible, poopy show. It deserves the claw bony.
I'd be interested to see what you'd say if you read the comic, because it is a strange comic. So it's either people love it or hate it with Sandman. So I really love Sandman and love reading the comic, but I've only gotten through the first 4 episodes. So I thought the first 3 weren't bad actually. So, but I didn't watch it. Some of it was watching late at night, dozing off. But I didn't think it was that bad. The first episode follows basically the first comic. And that storyline. So, and the ideas of the characters are really interesting. I mean, Dream, Desire, the whole Endless. You haven't really gotten to meet the Endless yet. Of course, you did finally meet Death in the. I watched like the first 30 seconds of episode 5.
I'm not afraid of the Endless thingy.
Yeah, it's
and comics... Death was ridiculous. Like Death was so cheery and just wanted to hug you and hold your hand in the hallway. It was absurd.
See, I only watched 1 minute of that first episode, so I wanted to see what Death was like. But she's a goth girl, basically, in the comics, and much more dark and depressing. Like I always say, we still have the original comics to read. And of course, Neil Gaiman was, a producer on top of the show, so this is his vision for this medium. So he's the originator of the, he's the writer of these. Sandman lasted 75 issues. And this is his vision for it, and a lot of people were upset by some of the casting, and I'll have to reserve judgment till I get to I guess it goes off the rails. I think totally end of episode 4. I thought that was nuts, and then I do have Roddy. I do have Death: A High Cost of Living. Yep. So they had some other miniseries.
I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew that I taste tested it because I thought that the geeks were going to be talking about it. So I thought, I'm friends with Clubby. I'm friends with Mark. I know all these geeks. I love these geeks. I'm going to go and test this stuff. I'm not politically motivated. I'm actually on the left. I'm not even on the right. I don't know anything about comics. I'm not invested. I don't have a dog in this fight. But you know what? I really do love Gothic storytelling. And you both know that. I love Bram Stoker. I love Mary Shelley. I love these Jules Verne. I like this old-timey Gothic horror. I absolutely love it.
You might like the comics better, but you don't read comics, I know.
You like it is so utterly bad Chris Persis says, "Thank you, Raquel. I shall avoid it with the power of a million exploding suns."
Way to do
Yeah,
it.
please do. I mean, it is such
I
a
know I
waste
am.
of time. It is utter hot garbage. It is fetid garbage. It's poop smeared garbage. It's just so bad, so utterly bad. You would have to give yourself a frontal lobotomy with a melon baller out your left eye socket in order to be able to enjoy this show. Chris, you would die within, like, after the first episode. Chris, you would not be able
The
to.
first episode's not bad.
Yeah. Chris, he would just leave the room. Chris would be like, "I'm done. I'm out of this. I can't." Like, you would not hold on as long as I did.
Gaiman Bard from Kirby's mid-70s run True Dat, and which is way more fun. True Dat as well. Absolutely more Kirby. Yes, he did. Oh, but he bought a lot of Kirby stuff from the Kirby Sandman.
Yeah.
That. Matthew Pounder, absolutely. Thank you, your Muslim uncle, my dear friend. It is great to see you for your very kind 1999 super chat. He says, "Happiest of birthdays to the big guy, the original Orange Man, a rock in this community."
Aww.
Oh, man, thank you so much. A real hard act to be a solid guy. Thanks for all you create and the space you create. You're a kind
Very
man
nice.
and fun.
So
Hey, you
sweet.
trying to make me blush,
Well
man,
written.
but I like the orange there. And thank you so much. Your Muslim uncle. You are too kind, my friend. Thank you.
That's very nice. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll have to keep
Sean
watching
says-
because keep it read, Sean. Yep, sorry.
Dreading Rings of Power. Okay, I thought he was talking about Sandman. Especially since they revealed they didn't have the rights to Silmarillion, only the Lord of the Rings appendix. But why bother?
I agree.
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
Love you, Sean. I totally agree. And right now, from what I'm seeing, it looks like the rings of cringe, the rings of cheese, the rings of abasement. I'm 100% not interested in this offering.
Oh yeah, Claude. It's actually they couldn't use John, so they used Joanna Constantine, but they brought her into the future. So I guess they're inferring that John was an ancestor. Who the heck knows? But they actually used the whole thing with Astrid, and it's basically John Constantine as Joanna Constantine. So, but they didn't, because if you've read The Sandman, she's she's an ancestor, and she's English royalty, or in
What?
the 18. Yeah, she's Joanna Constantine.
Constantine.
Yeah, well, I can't say it with a good accent like you, but
okay, well,
we all
Greek-
say Constantine.
Greek name, right?
Yeah, but we're
Yanni
us Americans.
Constantine is a girl from England. And people wonder why Greek people get upset when they use and abuse mythos from Greece, which I do need to remind folks that a lot of the mythos is actually a religion in Greece, and people still believe that. That was one thing I learned from my Greek family very early on. I was quite young, and I made the huge mistake of saying to some of my Greek family members, "Oh, that Greek mythology stuff, you guys don't actually believe that. You used to believe that before." And I was admonished, and I was told by my adoptive Greek family, "What are you talking about? There are many people who still believe that, or they believe it in their heart and just don't say it out loud. That is incredibly insulting." Many Greeks still believe in mythos, in the mythology of ancient Greece. So it's I don't know how people get away with it, but I will tell you this: Yanni Constantine is a Greek man. It's not an English lady.
Well, in the comic, she's a noble. Her parents are nobles, and they were executed for treason, and then she's got to retrieve Pandora's box. So that's how she gets her title back, and so she owns that big house, the manor that's in the beginning in the first episode. So she's actually the owner of that Blackwood Manor. It's kind of like Aleister Crowley. Don't shoot the messenger. But she was created as a tribute to Alan Moore, because he created John Constantine. So, but that's what they did. So I guess they couldn't use John. They just let him use John. I mean, come on, it's so ridiculous. I mean,
and what's with the Cain killing Abel over and over and over again every day?
That's from House of Mystery. That's from House of Mystery. It's an old DC comic. In every issue, they did that. It was kind of a running joke. That's kind of fun. If they did that, I'm actually kind of laughing because
they did that.
That was from the old 60s and 70s Mouse and Mystery comic.
Yeah, one line. Abel
killed
says,
him every time.
Yeah, he said, you hopefully won't kill me before lunch today.
Yeah.
That is from comics. So yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, just you always, if you like the comic, you always got the comics, and normally the comics are better than the visual medium anyway, right? I mean, it's you got the original, and like I mentioned, The Martian. I really didn't like the Martian movie because the book was so phenomenal. I couldn't put the book down. I started reading at like 8 o'clock at night, and I finished at 5 in.the.morning. So the book was that good that I just couldn't stop reading it. So of course, when you go to see the movie, I'm not saying the movie was not a bad movie, but the book was just so much better, and you don't need the movie. I mean, you really don't need the movie. So if you've enjoyed the book that much, so of course, yeah, I know it's great to see him, live action, but you've still got that. You've got that original book, and just the book can explore just so many other things, and you just use your imagination to read it. So I wish I'd seen the movie first and then read the book, because I'm like, oh, they're missing this, they're missing that. There's like 3 or 4 other big adventures, and they're explaining things so well in the book, which you obviously can't do. And yeah, Cardinal just put up he loved the movie. That's why I'm kind of saying it in quotes, half joking. It wasn't a bad movie, but I just love Lord of the Rings, right? How good those movies were, but can never equal the book. So
Sean says it was disappointing to hear about the changes in characterizations in Sandman. Like many, I looked forward to an adaptation of the comic for over 25 years. He was a fan of the comic. Apparently, I was never a big fan of the comic, but many people that I love dearly and respect were huge fans.
Oh, Sean is a very intelligent person. I've seen him writing online and speaking on podcasts, and Sean is very intelligent. I don't think that you would be able to withstand this show past the first episode. There's even one point where it becomes so incredulous, and the apparatus of pretend is in such a precarious position, Sean, that at one point the woman states how old she has been since she's been wearing this talisman, this amulet that
protection,
that protects her and also evidently preserves her. She looks better than Cher, and so she's talking about this, but the amount of time in which she says aloud is so I don't know, the way that it's stated, it makes you start doing the math. Like you say to yourself, well, what do you mean? That guy looks like he's about 55 or 60 years old. And she's saying she was wearing the amulet, this talisman of protection and de-aging. She says that I think she says something to the effect of she's been wearing it for 127 years. But when you think back, you get this like 1930s, I want to say, feel. I don't remember. I mean, I knew
it wasn't
the day after I watched the show, I knew the exact
set in the 30s.
Yeah. I knew the exact dates the day after I watched the show. So I'm a little fuzzy on this now. So don't hold me to the exact dates. But you start to say to yourself, what is she talking about? She stole she stole all this crap. Then she became this merchant who fences all this stolen crap, all of these
kind of like Highlander
items. And so that went on. But when she left, she was pregnant. So that was 55 or 60 years ago. So if he was born in 1930 and her son looks about 55, 60 years old, how was she wearing the protection amulet which she acquired through fencing the dreams talismans to the black
helm.
market? So you just sit there and you go, what kind of math is this? Are you dumb? And then you just after that you're just like, I can't watch this. This is stupid.
Well, no, but she it slows her aging. So the son also had stolen Dream's ruby, so that also slowed his aging too. So that's why he kind of caught up to his mom, because she put him in a prison for 30 years because he was wreaking havoc with the amulet. So she actually wasn't that bad of a character in terms of she had those. the husband was evil and horrible, and she ran off with the child. She was a very young girl in the first episode.
Yeah, but do the math on the show. I don't care about the comic. I mean, on the show, the math is stupid, and it's so stupid that and so incredulous that it removes you from the story. And these corporations, they automatically want to start blaming the fans and say, "Oh, how do you not like this? And this is brilliant." And la di da di da. It's not brilliant if it takes you out of the story. If it becomes so incredulous and stupid, where you're saying, "Okay, what does the amulet do?" The red amulet has been further enchanted to inhibit aging, but it's also been inhibited to find truth. But she fenced that after the son was born, and he played with the red thing so that the red amulet, so that she could get the green amulet to protect her, not only her age, but to eviscerate and crumble, as though it were Sodom and Gomorrah, anyone who even attempts to try and kill her. And she gives off some period of time, like 127 years. That's a math fail. That's a math fail. And so if you fail,
she sells his helm. She trades his helm to a demon for the amulet of protection. So that's what she does. So she gets rid of the amulet, and then she gets rid of the she hides the sand. Oh, she sells the sand too, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the ruby, she keeps the ruby, but then her son starts to wreak havoc from the ruby. So she's able to get the ruby away from her son, I guess, because she's got the amulet of protection. And he's been locked up in a mental institution for 30 years. I did think that scene in the car was really well done with the son who's trying to recover the ruby, and a nice woman almost hits him as he gets out of the hospital.
Yeah.
And she gives him a ride, and then he starts talking. She was really lovely, and then she's talking. She's all friendly to him, and then he starts talking about how he was in a mental hospital for 30 years, and he's killed a lot of people, and you could just see the actors just really had a great reaction, like a skin crawling reaction, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have been a good Samaritan and offered this guy a ride.
Who lets a hitchhiker into their car? So nobody believes that either. But I'm just saying that if you were an author, like so many people approach this, I guess it's because, a lot of people haven't studied writing in university. But I'm just saying, for myself, as somebody who studied writing and editing, I don't know what has transpired in the comic books. But what I can tell you is, on television, when you're looking at an amulet that is owned by the very person of dream, of this God that governs our dreams, and he uses that to reclaim evil, and that also is used by human beings to preserve them, and then it's re-enchanted to distinguish lies, to ferret out, to suss out lies. And then you have this other amulet, which is also evidently life-preserving and keeps you young, but is also will turn your enemies into a pillar of salt should they try to assault you. Just that all happens with this number of 126 or 127 thrown out there. When you're looking at a 55, 60-year-old man, you're looking at a woman who rapidly de-ages, but you're thinking back to yourself, that's 1930. This is present day. What's happening here? So I just think, for me, it's a failure of the writing. It's a failure of the editing. They did not uphold the beautiful three walls of pretend that are required to keep the pretend world together. So it's a big for me.
Well, the comic is all over the place too. It's a crazy comic. When I first started reading, a friend told me, oh, you should really read this. It's an acquired taste, but back then it was an avant-garde, like the cool kids are reading this comic book, right, Clobby, wouldn't you say?
Oh, God, yeah.
And in the comic book store, you probably had people talk, they talked down to people who didn't like it.
Really buying it that much, but then yes,
it became like a highfalutin comic.
It swept in the Eisner Awards. It became the big highfalutin thing. You're right. It became the big, and many, again, as I've said, it wasn't my bag, but many people that I truly dearly love and respect, and have the utmost respect for their taste, love the comic. It is highly acclaimed. It is considered to be a high art in the comic book art form, which I think is all fine and good. It just doesn't have to be my cup of tea for it not to be that, for it to be that at all. And it was that. It is one of the most well-respected works in the medium's history for a good number of years.
Oh, wow.
And that's, perfectly fine. I have every respect for that. I didn't watch the show, but I have every respect for the comic. I just personally, I think I read the first a couple, maybe. It just wasn't for me. Maybe I'm not, I'm not smart enough. Maybe I'm not intelligent enough. I'm not mature enough. Don't know what. Don't care. It wasn't really my thing. But yes, it's unquestionably. And there have been many people who, for many years, wanted to see this made. That's unlucky for them that it got made in today's era. Made 10 years ago, who knows? Even Gaiman was not that far gone at the time.
Yeah.
10 years ago, you probably might have gotten a good one. Yeah.
Well,
and I
because
did really
people
like
are
the comic.
hungry. People are hungry for gothic horror. People
Right.
don't want gore. People want gothic horror. We love gothic horror. I mean, Mark, one day you and your family are going to come and see me, and I'm going to show you the Jasper and Banff. You're going to see the mountains. You're going to have a great time. And you're going to walk into different rooms in my home where I have libraries. And you're going to be shocked at the sheer volume of classic Gothic fiction in my house. Not just Gothic horror, but Gothic fiction entire. And I absolutely love it. So for me, I did not give a rat's patootie about the comic or about all of these social issues surrounding the source material and how it's rendered and whether or not fans are pleased with it. It was really just someone who really loves this Gothic genre coming to something and saying, wow, this is going to be so much fun. And I got so excited. I made popcorn. I got M&Ms. I poured myself a bulldog. I was going to just immerse myself in this. And then when I watched it, I was like, this is complete and utter shite.
Well, I'll put it to you like this, Raquel, not to belabor the point, I suppose, but what I'm saying is probably the most important, maybe not so much for the effects that it had. Comic book and the art form of the comics history is probably Watchmen and Miller's Dark Knight. This rates up there. So in other words, when one of these things gets adapted into film, it's big to the comic book people, to the comic industry. For example, when Watchmen finally made it to screens about 23 years after the comic had existed, when everyone said it'll never be a movie back in 2009, I guarantee you there's not one person in the comic book industry, not one that didn't have an opinion about that movie, that didn't go see it the first day. It was as huge as it gets, even if they've never adapted The Dark Knight, but that's different because they've done all kind of different variations on Batman movies. That's different. But Watchmen, when that movie made it to film, whether you like it or not, and I have my issues with it because I'm a Watchmen fanatic.
I like
it was
the end for me.
But I am proudly. But my point is, whether you like it or not, that was the single biggest thing ever as far as a comic book making it to movies outside of maybe, of course, Superman the movie or something, but it was that big. In other words, there's probably nobody in the comic industry that didn't go see Superman the movie or Batman 89. Outside of those two, the biggest ever probably was Watchmen. Not box office wise, it didn't make that much, but I'm talking about everyone who was an insider, who wrote comics, who read comics, who worked in the comics industry in particular. That was a monster to get it that going to a screen, something we never thought would happen. If around the similar time that it happened with Sandman as a film or more likely a TV show, it would have been that big.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been that big. It's that not quite as big as Watchmen, but close. Because even, Superman and Batman, of course, they're going to be huge, right? Mm-hmm. But for two things that are not that type of thing, not Superman and Batman, it was about as big as it got, Watchmen. And about 10 years ago, around the same time, if Sandman had been made the same way, or at least a TV, it would have been almost as big. Everybody would have been going nuts over it. Now, it's not quite the same. But, so Sandman's not as big as Watchmen in that respect, but it's still, because of what's been happening to what's going on Netflix and stuff, the quote-unquote W word that has ruined so many things in pop culture over the past, and because of what we knew about this one coming up. See, there was no advanced news. They were not doing the kind of things they do. What Snyder did to Watchmen was different. There's no W word about that movie, and that wasn't even in a consideration leading up to that. But this is 2022, and so Sandman it had no chance. it didn't have the chance Watchmen had, and I have problems with Watchmen. It didn't make a lot of money because for various reasons, but it whatever. When people argue about Watchmen, they argue about the substance of what was on the screen. Sandman, what's on there is affected by politics.
Mm-hmm.
So it had a chance to be pretty big. So Sandman is big stuff when it comes to comics, but transcribing it to film now means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's over. Adapting
the magic, you mean that magical build-up where there's such a wondrous anticipation and you have such joy because you're getting to see the character as you always imagined the character and to experience the character as though the character were real because of celluloid. So that's gone because the magic's been removed, is what you're saying.
Yes, and not just because of Watchmen, so it's also because there've been a zillion comic book movies since then.
Yeah.
So it's like, just another comic book being adapted. Yeah, whatever. So the magic's gone from there. But if this had been 10, 12 years ago, it would be huge for comic book people.
Yeah.
Oh, good night, Max Redstone.
Oh, good night, Max. Good
night,
thank
you for that great limerick before about Alan Rain. I guess we were talking. Cloud didn't get a chance to read it, but that was I was laughing.
And Cardi left you a gift, boss. I started.
Oh, okay.
And there's actually, I don't think the membership gifts are showing up on. So why don't I read them because they're not showing up. So Cardinal Sin gifted another 10 memberships. So thank you for that, Cardinal Sin. And then a couple of seconds later, Mr. Tickle Trunk gifted 20 Clobbering Times memberships.
Wow.
So thank you for that. So I don't think it's showing up. I don't think it's showing up on the stream. Doesn't show up on the StreamYard side. So
thank you, Mr. Tickle Trunk.
I was waiting for you guys to say, I'll just speak up, I guess, if I see it on the YouTube. Because I have YouTube
please
window
do,
open.
because it's not showing up here on my side.
Doesn't show up on StreamYard. Yeah, it doesn't.
No.
The gifted, the membership gifts are not showing up, which is really strange because I'm
the only reason why I saw it before is because I had my laptop on because I gave that gift to Clobby. So I saw it in my laptop, but I was in there as like a member. But on the StreamYard site, you cannot see it. And I just want to welcome our friend Shooter, who has also joined the channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shooter.
Pew, pew, pew.
Well, here I can just show here's what they wrote, so I can show that if here we go. Share. Whoop.
Thank you, Shooter.
Yeah, and don't forget
Thank
Cardi.
you, Mr. Tickle Trunk, and thank you, I'm coming. I have my chat ran back because I was trying to look for something.
That's okay, boss. Here.
And I was trying to get everybody's names tonight so we wouldn't have to worry about it. So I wouldn't have to go back later while you guys were doing that. I was listening, don't get me wrong. But I wanted to run it back. So let me go to Cardi. Cardinal Sin for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you, man. He says, death in the Sandman should appear in different ways to different people. Goth girl to Gen X, woman of color to others. They could have put all kinds of looks into the character. Well,
great point. Yeah. Well, Dream isn't. Yeah, Dream's in hell, and he appears.
Comic, but
Dream when he's in hell, he appears as a lover that he banished to hell. He appears as a totally different character.
Yes. But why doesn't that happen throughout? Do you see what I'm talking about? This continuity and these plot holes and this sort of shifting tone, and it's all over the place. And I'm saying that I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, it's just conservative people who don't like it because it's very socially progressive."
Well, you're reacting to the story, not the content.
This is what I'm saying. I don't want people attacking my friends who have a valid point. Certainly, if you're a jerk off, go whatever. But I'm just saying that to say that this is a great show. Aside of politics is absolute horse hockey, complete and utter balderdash. This is a fetid baby diaper filled with maggots. It's a terrible. This is a horrible story told horribly. It's horrible.
Yeah. Well, I can't really top that those adjectives, but it's that's the problem today. If you say you don't like something, then you get attacked.
Politically,
because of where you could just want to be. I'm just critiquing the story. You're just critiquing the story
for
what it is.
Without awful. And I wanted to
well,
have a beautiful new
wouldn't like the
Gothic
comic. You
story
probably
to
wouldn't like
love.
the comic end, but yeah, Cardi's right about that.
Oh
You know
no,
how they
don't get me
portrayed
wrong. I'm not a
the
snob,
character.
Mark. It's
No,
you
no,
know,
no.
everybody
Just
always sees me as this intellectual and this academic and like I'm above things.
I know
I'm
you're
not
not.
like that at all. I'm very approachable, and I will tell you something. I liked that little Sabrina show.
the Teenage Witch
Yes.
Yeah. I
on
know that.
Netflix. Yeah.
Because of the fact of the Gothic horror aspects of it.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely love that sort of thing. I
Oh,
don't
so you
know
you
why.
might like the comics too. Yeah, that was based on the
I have
comics. Yeah.
always loved that sort of
Those
thing.
comics are pretty good. Yeah.
I have collector's editions of Bram Stoker's Dracula. I've read it probably, I can't even count how many times I've read Bram Stoker's Dracula. I studied Mary Shelley's Frankenstein in university. I've read it. I actually have the original copy before she had it edited and before she changed things. I know that she says countenance over like 67 times in the book. Like when I tell you like I'm chronic Gothic, I'm chronic Gothic. I love that beautiful 1800s storytelling. Just when we started to get into machines like mechanization and electricity and yeah, like I absolutely love Captain Nemo, a Sikh from my childhood who was my hero growing up. I thought the Nautilus was the most incredible thing.
Love
like
the Nautilus. Yeah, that's cool.
dude,
Yeah.
I am chronic Gothic person, and I wanted this show to be great. And I'm going to qualify. I'm also politically left, and it's still a fetid poopy diaper filled with maggots. It sucks. It's awful, awful,
Well, that's why
awful,
Hungry Boy's
awful.
saying, yeah, you wouldn't like the comic then either. Yeah, so
You probably wouldn't like the comic. I'm
Yeah,
just saying it's
yeah,
not like
yeah.
this though.
yeah.
But put
Yes,
this this
Phantom
way, you should
Outsider,
have
the modern Prometheus. Sorry, Clobber.
Minimus. I'm just saying, Minimus told me things that I can't really repeat here about the show. He said episode 5 of this show was soft core. I can't say the word.
Oh
It'd
yeah,
probably get in trouble.
corn.
Porn,
It is softcore corn.
gay porn, basically.
Well, I haven't watched episode 5 yet, so but I went through episode 4, but maybe that's where it really goes off the rails on terms of what happens in it. Yeah,
And if you have to make it like that, then I'm not interested in that kind of stuff.
yeah, because the
Pleasant
comic
Valley
didn't have
Picker,
that much stuff like that. Yeah.
Pleasant Valley Picker. I just want to make sure that you understand what I'm talking about. It's not the television show. It's that Gothic horror thing that they put on Netflix.
Sabrina?
I really enjoyed it. I liked that it had like punk pub music for the soundtrack. I absolutely loved the costumes. I loved that macabre, scary feeling, the gargoyle feeling without the gore. Love that stuff. Yeah, I just think that stuff is just cool. So it's actually the modern one with the cute little blonde girl. And I know that it's for kids, but I loved that.
Well, that's actually
Not
based
the
on
comedy you're talking
that's
about.
No.
yeah, that's based on a comic
Okay.
by
It's an Archie Comics.
yeah, by I'm forgetting it's a Spanish surname. I'm forgetting the artist and creator's name. So what they'd done, Archie came out, when zombies craze took off.
I read
they
Sabrina when I was a kid.
Yeah, so they did an Archie comic, Archie meets zombies. So it was like
Yeah.
the whole what's the town? Riverdale gets invaded by zombies.
That's right.
And Sabrina is a character, darker version of Sabrina is a character
right.
in that comic. So then they did a spin-off, Sabrina. I don't know if they called her the Teenage Witch, but I have most of those comics, and they're really
Sabrina
well done.
something else.
Yeah, but whatever the name of the comic is, but it was a modern take, and it was after Paul Kupperberg had done, more of Life with Archie and made like modernized Archie to a certain extent, and it was really cool because he was in the shop that he was always in the shop that I would visit, so I talked to him, got to know him, not well, but you'd hang out in the comic book store for hours with talking to him, and I'm like, Paul, will you sign this? He's like, well. Or you got to buy it first, then I'll sign it. It was a running joke. So I have a bunch of those signed by him. But so then later they did these zombie comics, and yeah, that's a really cool. I mean, some people might not like that take, but it was an interesting take on that on that character, and the series was pretty. It was a fun series. You know, it's
Honey,
a fantasy.
can I interrupt for 1
gothic,
second?
sure,
It's
yep.
just because I will be sick if he leaves and I don't get to say goodnight. Chris Persia has to leave, he says. And with that, I have to call it a night, folks. Take care, everyone. Have a
Good night,
pleasant
buddy.
evening. And once again, happy birthday, Clobby. Chris Persia, I
Thank
love you,
you.
honey. Mwah,
Thank you,
mwah.
sir.
Good night,
Thank you
Chris.
for everything.
Thank you for those graphics too. Yep.
It's
And
still my
Dadman's
birthday
lurking
in
now.
Raquel's. It's still my birthday in Raquel's time zone. So
It is.
Yeah.
not in mine, but in Raquel's it is. Dad man, thank you, buddy. Thank you so much.
Mark, it's called The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Sabrina, thank you.
And
Yep.
that
it
must be
is
some new
such
show,
a
yeah.
guilty pleasure. The magic in it, the gothic horror in it. It is a full-on guilty pleasure for me. I realize that it's not, cerebral. It's not,
it's fun stuff, yeah.
edifying, but it is a guilty pleasure for me. And I must say that I really also enjoyed this weird. What is this? I forget what the guy's name is.
Well,
here.
the master is really good. The master from Doctor Who, she's a good character in this. Yeah, the Missy,
the artist?
actress.
Missy.
Who's
Yeah,
the
she's
artist,
excellent
guys?
in this show.
Who's
In
who's
what?
the
In the
artist
Chilling
who
Adventures
does
of
this?
Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Yeah.
You talking
Anyways,
about
they
that's
draw
I'm
like a
looking at
full cartoon at the beginning of the like.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's-
well that's based on the artist from the
Yeah.
comics. Yes, that's exactly the arts. I'm just drawing a blank. I'm looking it
You're
up
talking
now.
about
but
some
it's
new comic or whatever?
Robert Agar Sakasa. So I apologize for not saying his name. But here's just a really great. Here, I'll show a couple. And here we go. Let me share my screen here, so I'll show a couple images quick.
Yeah, I mean, I never read the comics. So.
Yeah, really good. It was really good. I mean,
they call it a teen drama nowadays, but you folks, everyone, you folks at home need to realize, as a communications and technology scholar, I have to tell you right off the hop that these marketing teams, when they're making these television shows, they're making them for kids, between 10 and 15 years older than the child should actually be watching, because they want the child to crave watching something that makes them feel older, makes them feel brighter, makes them feel like they're like, like they're more enlightened, or they have this little secret thing going on where they can enjoy something that perhaps they shouldn't be watching. So when I say this is a teen drama, I can definitely tell you 100% I would never allow anyone under 18 to watch this. Certainly not my offspring. Under 18 would not be watching this under any circumstances. So
it's a creepy comic too. The comic is
guilty
really
pleasure.
scary, yeah.
Great thing. I love it. And so I want, basically the reason why I brought this up is because I want everyone to know I don't have a political dog in this fight. And I just thought that the Sandman sucked. And I wanted
look who's here.
Thing.
Look who's here, Sherry, the lovely Sherry.
Hello.
Hey, Sherry.
Lovely
Hey, pretty girl. Thank you for being here. Thank you for popping in. Good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
And they did make the girl, the lead, look kind of like Sabrina too, which was cute. And then her hair does turn white in the show too. Which is
she's
really
a lovely little girl, and it's great storytelling. And like I said, I would never watch a child. I would never allow a child, anyone under 18 years of age, to watch this show. For me, this show is rated R. So when they say it's for teens, it's teens who grew up killing things in video games and grew up watching horror movies, because I definitely wouldn't let my offspring watch this at under 18 years of age. But super good.
There's the first issue, yeah.
Super good gothic horror, without all that gore. If you're somebody who likes things like the modern Prometheus or Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, if you like things like Edgar Allan Poe, if you like things like Bram Stoker, or if you like things like H.P. Lovecraft, this is the cool stuff that will remind you of a more innocent time when people weren't insane and they needed to be nuts. So I wouldn't exactly call this teen. I would just call it more innocent than we currently are. So highly recommend. Anyway.
Yeah, so Missy, the actress who played Missy, played Madam Satan. She was great on the show. Yep. But yeah, the art is really like this art. That's fantastic.
Beautiful
splash page there. Yeah.
Just the whole introduction to the show is quite wonderful.
Issue 2. I love that cover. Yep.
the
I've got that.
music, that having that angry British punk. I even downloaded
Yeah.
some of the songs that were on the show, and just it's like reading one of those classic Gothic
Yeah.
books from a time when we weren't sick in the head, when we could actually enjoy ourselves and just get a little bit scared, but nothing, nuts.
Kind of like Fright Night scary.
Yeah. So
The
it's
movie, the
something I
original
like.
Fright Night. Yeah, yeah.
And not for
original
kids.
vampire.
Not for kids. Do not let your kid watch this under
They probably
no
do.
circumstances.
They probably let them watch it.
Well, high
Yeah.
school. I'd say it's high schoolers. It's fine, but yeah, 15 and up. But that's just me. But yeah, the kids watch all this. They watch everything anyway. So it's
They do.
you know, I like a friend was having a birthday party when he turned 15, and they went to see Excalibur, and I couldn't go because it was rated R. And then of course there's some pretty graphic scenes in Excalibur, so the mom had no idea. So there were some parents that weren't too happy in the end, but other parents didn't care. So, but yeah, it's so I was always upset I couldn't see that movie. But yeah, you just got to know your kids. But they today with all the devices, they end up watching everything. Unfortunately, I don't think it's right. I think like the record labels. I don't think anything should be banned, but I think a parental notification on an album wasn't such a bad thing. If you're buying stuff, but now it doesn't matter with everything is downloaded and streamed. So that's kind of a moot point these days. But yeah. But I do have a couple of things I can unbox if you want to do that.
I don't think we have a tripwire to terrorize.
Yeah, there's no tripwire, so let me set
I
my camera here.
There's
Poor
no
Hungry
to
Boy.
terrorize Hungry Boy. I can't terrorize Hungry Boy.
Sorry,
this
Hungry
week.
Boy. Yep.
Sorry, Hungry Boy. I would have been happy to terrorize you, man. But I checked. I don't see it unless you see a tripwire thing there, Hungry Boy. I know you've checked.
Yeah, anti-derivative Jill. Yeah, I liked that same sort of thing when I was quite young. And like when you're talking like Jules Verne, when you're talking Bram Stoker, when you're talking H.P. Lovecraft, that's the stuff that they're calling teen drama now. It's crazy, isn't it? I would never allow my child to read H.P. Lovecraft. That would never, absolutely never ever happen. But evidently, that's what they labeled this this Netflix series. But I highly recommend it if you love Gothic horror and you like innocent horror. You don't like things to be, I don't know, hard to explain. If you get it, you get it, right? If you're reading stuff from the 1800s and you're really enjoying that sort of thing, and you're like, oh, this is gorgeous, this is glorious, this is just scary enough for me, this takes my mind to a different place, this makes me reconsider mechanization, this makes me reconsider electricity and science, and you're thinking about the Nautilus and you're imagining the science that went into constructing the Nautilus, and that's something you really enjoy instead of just sex and violence and gore. Yes, that chilling Tales of Sabrina is quite wonderful, and it will remind you of those H.P. Lovecraft books, those Bram Stoker books, and those Mary Shelley books from when you were young.
Yep. Indeedishness. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, is there a rating on? Does Netflix have ratings for anything, or is it just you can? I think
they do.
Or maybe they might have a kids level or something for.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're
what do they do with
pretty much
50 or
degenerates,
5-year-old kids who still buy toys, right? Yeah. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, there's a wonderful documentary that I show my students, and I ask them to write a little essay on it. It's called Consuming Kids. And it features, a handful of PhDs and doctors talking about how children are marketed to, and that they're marketed to a much more mature level in order to sort of entice them into imbibing these materials and make them, grow up very fast and be good little consumers. So if you want more information on how they use psychologists and marketers and marketing teams to make things older for children and how they manipulate children, I highly recommend the documentary Consuming Kids. It is an academic, scholarly documentary used in post-secondary institutions for discussing PR, marketing, communications, technology, and social studies. So highly recommend.
So unfortunately, Eagle Moss has now gone out of business. I'm sure a lot of our chat people in the chat are familiar with that, but that company, it's Hero Collection. So of course they've got the license, and I love the Enterprise C. So, within the last couple of weeks, Eagle Moss. I don't know if they filed for bankruptcy yet, but their website is down, and no one knows what's going to happen. Now, hopefully someone will pick up the line and buy the line. So they've got all these great spaceships. They've got a lot of IPs. They've got Doctor Who. They've got Star Trek, of course, and they were selling, these ships. They had a subscription service too, so you could sub to them, and you'd get, like you get a comic subscription, you get a ship. I think it was a ship a month, and of course you could buy them separately. I never subbed to it because that would got enough Star Trek ships, but the Enterprise C has always been one of my favorites. There's certain things I love about the design that I think are superior to the D, although I do like the D. But so I bought this last week once I heard they were out of business. I said, I'm gonna grab this before it disappears. So I was able to purchase this on Amazon, and they're not that expensive. These I think are about $25, so they're not bank breakers. There's an XL version that I'd like to get, but I think it's sold out everywhere. So let's see. And they come with a little booklet, which is nice too. So here's the Enterprise C in the box. And let's see. So the artwork is pretty nice. And look, yeah, they've got the booklet in there. So here we go. We got our magazine on the Enterprise C. So as a engineering nerd, I always loved this stuff where they, explain the specs of the ship, how big it is, all about the ship. I just love that kind of stuff. And the one thing I really love about the ship is I never liked the D. I never liked the angle, that kind of trapezoidal angle that they had on the hull. It just never made sense to me. I thought it was always ugly to have that piece coming out there. So I really like the more cylindrical main,
What are you talking about? Nacelles now?
Not the nacelle. No, the part.
I'm not a big fan of
the part here where it comes to like a point on the C.
Okay,
you like that on the D. I don't like that. I like this. I like this design much better on the Enterprise C. That's what I always loved about the ship. Because it kind of picks up the nacelles from the B too, from the from the Excelsior class. So yes, you've got your booklet here and pictures of the episode. So so this is really really well done for just to have this book is really cool. I just love that
snubby.
A little snubby, a little. They can make it a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit longer than neck is, but it's one of my favorites. So see, this is what I don't like. I don't like the this is the original conception. I never liked that hull, that central hull there with that. Looks too alien to me. That just so I think this was this was like an artist concept of the C, which does look more like the D. So here we go. So, but this is of course yesterday's Enterprise, and we get to see Tasha Yar again.
Oh my goodness! Look who's here.
Who's
my
here?
Goodness! Oh, hail the great Lord Doomcock! Thank you so much for that, buddy. Thank you. I'm absolutely touched and honored that you popped in, my friend.
Hey, sweetheart.
Hail,
thank you
Doomcock.
so much. I'm so happy that you made it. Thank you so much for being here. All hail Lord Doomcock.
Absolutely. Welcome to the clubhouse. Great to see you here, buddy. I'm love you too, bro. You're the man. You've been so good to me. I tell you what, it's just an honor to be your friend, an honor to hang out with you when I've done your fantastic shows.
Indeed.
That you do, and of course your channel, which needs no introduction, but gets one anyway. And thank you. Well, thank you, DC. I appreciate you, brother. I hope you're doing fantastic tonight. I hope you're doing well. we're just doing what we usually do on the Clubhouse, which is going all over the place. We've talked about all kind of fun stuff tonight. We did it an hour later than usual.
Because of your birthday, right? Because you got to celebrate your birthday.
Stop with the birthday, man. I hate my birthday.
Oh, you hate your birthday, yeah.
You're ruining my grouchiness of my birthday, man. I like to bitch about my birthday.
Got to see your parents. You got to hang out with everyone. You got cake.
My brother came into town. I got to visit with my brother.
And now we're just in the Clubhouse, which is the place where we just shoot the bull. Sometimes it's nerdy stuff. Sometimes it's geeky stuff. And sometimes we just long for late night food. We talk about things like donairs and pizza and other things like that. But I think it's so sweet and kind of you to show up and to wish Clobby a happy birthday. Thank you so much, DC. We love you very much.
Hey, man, appreciate you. And anytime you want to come hang out on the Clubhouse or any other time, of course, I know you're a busy man, but you are always welcome, brother.
Yay.
Love to have you. We love to have you. And I'm honored to see you in the chat, buddy.
Yay.
And
it's
this
great to have you here.
See, this shit would not be worthy of the future ruler of Earth because it's too snubby.
Too snubby?
Doomcock would need, you would have to have, I think, you'd have to have Enterprise refit. I don't know which he prefers, whether it refit or the original TOS Enterprise, but either way, I'm sorry, they're just better than this one. I could not let the ruler of Earth fly around Enterprise C or D or no bloody A, B, D, or C. Oh, he does love Enterprise.
Where would we
C,
put Harvey? Okay.
Yeah, Harvey would be on the now. See, he does love Enterprise C. Oh, he has that one. Okay.
See,
oh, you do get that one.
Nice. See, I like C. I'm just saying. I think it may be better than D, but I like E, and I got a buddy of mine that hates Enterprise E because he hates that there's no like connecting hull.
He doesn't like that there's no neck there, right?
Yeah. So he votes for the and I did a poll on this one night, by the way, DC. He votes for the TOS Enterprise. And look, I love it too, but I got to admit, there's something perfect about the refit Enterprise. Man, I don't know. I hate to say it because the series is better than any of the movies. I mean, I love the show better than the movies, and I love the movies. But the show is the thing. Hey, Zax, what's up, you Hulk villain? What's up, man? Zax is probably tired of me calling him a Hulk villain, but that's the name of a Hulk villain. So there. Good to see you, Zax. So you're not big on E. A buddy of mine can't stand E on the basis that it's favors the original, and that's respectable for sure. He just hates E. Well, thank you, Your Old Toys, for the happy birthday. Appreciate that. He hates E because you notice it doesn't have a neck.
Mm-hmm.
It's one big continuous blob. It doesn't have a connecting a primary hull connected to a secondary hull.
Yeah.
But I actually like it. I think Enterprise E is just fantastic looking.
I love
but
them.
not in the class with the original.
There's something about the ship. I just love this scene. Plus the episode was so damn good too. So and thank you, Jill noted how carefully I take my stuff out. Yeah, try to
well, he's careful because he knows Raquel's going to kick him in the shins if he screws with it.
and plus that's why I've had some of my stuff since from the 70s, my original Star Trek toys, my Migos and phasers and communicators. That's why I still have them because I'm always pretty careful with that stuff. Not that some of it doesn't get trash, but I just love that.
Well, while we still have the great overlord here, he probably can't stay. He's quite busy, and I'm just so flattered and so happy that he came to Clobby's birthday. I got to say how much I love you, DC. But DC, if you have a couple of seconds, would you mind putting the topics for your chat tomorrow? Huge show. You're going to have that pop culture breakdown on Sunday, the pop culture breakdown. And I'd love to hear what you're going to be talking about and also share it with our viewers, although I'm sure they're all shared.
Yeah. I would love to have him on anytime you want to come on, of course, DC, just to talk about, just talk about what we do here. We just go all over the place. We talk geekness. We've been talking toys. As you know, it's Jack Kirby month, so we talk about that a lot, but yeah. Really love the original design of the Enterprise C, the concept model with the longer nacelles. I think it's really perfect. Really
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah. I mean, it is pretty nice. Man, there's something about, was it starship porn, right? Oh my God.
Yeah,
You like this one?
but DC's into the engineering porn 100%. I have been in the chat
Right.
a couple of
Yes.
times where he has said, yeah, I have that manual, I have that book. And you know, I have qualms with this design or qualms with that design. So he'd fit right in with JT Kirk and Wolfie in the nerding out over the
Oh, wow.
engineering.
Absolutely. See, again, refits. I mean, I guess, because see, it's pretty much a lot like the original series. Thank you, buddy. Well, anytime, you are welcome. Any second, the door's always open.
Absolutely.
I guess it comes down to the secondary hull. If you go back to the refit for a second, the secondary hull is just a bit wider or a bit bigger, and really the big difference is just the nacelles. I mean, and the dish. I love that ship so much. That's my
it's gorgeous.
I mean, I love the series more than I love the movies, but so there you go. And that's still great. Oh my God.
Oh, send the boss a link.
Oh, okay. You got it, buddy. I will send it.
DC's coming on.
I didn't want to presume upon you, but you're always welcome. You know, let's see. Hang on.
Oh, that's great.
Let's see here. Just give me a second. Anyway,
what a sweetheart of a man.
Find my link. I gotta find you.
So much fun.
Absolutely. Okie dokie. Now I just gotta find you here. My computer's slow, of course, and I don't know. It's tough. I hate TeePublic because it's tough to pick the damn shirt to buy. There's so many, too many.
Just buy them all. It's your birthday. I'm enabling.
No,
buy them all.
I was going to do a Fantastic Four shirt, a Fantastic Four shirt, but then, you know, a Star Trek shirt. Then damn it. All right, let's see here. I got to find you. It just takes me a second to find him. So, just so I can send him the link.
Yeah, get that to Doomcock. But yeah, the other things I did buy too, because these are all Eagle Moths. We'll unbox them another episode, but I had to get this too, so add this to the collection. So I had to get the 66 Batmobile because that's Eagle Moths too. So I don't know what's going to happen with Eagle Moths, but I've been wanting this for years, and I'm just, like, oh, now they're out of business.
But you should tell everyone about that link that you sent me where that guy was like, that guy spent over $1,000 on that.
Oh, that's they're building the Enterprise D right now. There's a monthly subscription to the Enterprise D, and the ship, I think it's going to end up costing over $2,000. And I feel horrible for everyone who's invested in the ship.
Link set, by the way.
Yeah, and it's leaking light everywhere, and really super disappointed.
Yeah, there were a lot of problems with the model itself, unfortunately.
And I just say DC, the link is sent, buddy. But what is this now? Oh my!
Well, these are Eagle Moths. I have a couple of these. I had the animated, and I had the Batman '89. But of course, this is Eagle Moths Batman '66, which is the greatest Batmobile ever. So they're out of business.
Batmobile of them all.
So they're out of business now. So for years, you wait. You're something you really want to get, and it'll match up with the other ones I have. So I'm like, oh, I gotta have this. So.
Oh man.
So this is.
That's a great one there. That's a smaller one. Of course, they came out with a really big one, and obviously
big one, yeah.
One.
But these are fun too. They're we were showing the corgis before, which is fun to have the corgi.
The Tumbler, the Batman Begins Tumbler.
Yes, BC Pleasant Valley Picker.
There we go.
DC is in the house.
Welcome, my friend.
Happy
great Lord Ducock. Let's go. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Hey man, you there?
Yeah, I am here, man. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much, dude. This is the greatest birthday present ever. Having you come on hanging on the clubhouse, buddy. How you doing?
Probably just getting set up because we got him on the mic so late. Love you, DC. Thank you so much for doing this.
You can hear us?
Terrific.
Yes, absolutely. I had to shut down. I had it in another browser window as I'm
Yeah.
hearing like echoes of
Echo,
weird.
echo.
It's
Oh,
weird.
yeah,
Anyway, yeah, no, man, it's happy birthday. I just found out it was your birthday a little while ago, and then I saw that you were streaming, and so I just thought I'd come over and
Oh, dude.
say hi,
thank
man.
You. Thank you for being here. I'm honored to have you here, and it's a pleasure, sir. Great to see you. I hope you're doing great tonight, man. What's up?
Oh, nothing. I just just trying to get stuff done and get ready
Yeah.
for tomorrow and everything. But yeah, man, I'm just really honored to be your friend and happy to
Aw.
be here with you. And you are a true comic geek like me.
Yes.
Love the Fantastic Four, love Jack Kirby. And in fact, in my I rigged in my earliest videos. I don't know if you remember, but that dome that I have, the in where I have Harvey contained and the controlled thing. In earlier iteration, I was sure that emitted those spheres like Jack Kirby used to draw. I call them Kirby-ons.
Yeah, the Kirby crackles and stuff.
Yes,
Yep.
they're Kirby-ons. They're
Yes.
special particles,
Nice.
and I wanted to have them flickering inside that ball
Nice.
because I
Yeah.
love Kirby so much. I love the Fantastic Four, all that stuff. The early Marvel stuff. There's just nothing like it.
There's nothing like a Kirby machine. I love the Kirby crackle as well, as they call it, but I love
I know.
Kirby machines. There is absolutely nothing like it with the Kirby squiggle on them and the big, just ridiculous, crazy machine. The imagination was just 24/7 for like 40 something years straight, just pouring out, unlike any that has ever been seen. It happened to be in an art form where it was underappreciated.
It really was, and I just love the guy. I wish I could have met him, and he actually like one of the most seminal, I think, cartoons. Comics that I ever saw was like an obscure one that he drew from one of his Where Monsters Dwell kind of titles, one of those. It was called Ruler of Earth.
Oh, wow.
And it was a computer. Have you ever seen that story?
I think that was either in a Tales to Astonish or it was an Amazing Adventure. Probably a Tales to Astonish, which he did a lot of. He did a lot of monster books before,
Yeah, definitely one of the early ones, and it was one of the best short, comic stories I think I've ever read. I just love that, and it always, I think it impressed me so much, as a kid, and I need to get that. I got that hardbound Monsters collection,
God, that's beautiful.
But there's a second volume, and it's in the second volume. So I didn't get the story that I wanted the most, but oh well.
Oh wow!
I love Fin Fang Foom and
Yes.
all those crazy, fucking.
Yes.
But speaking of the Enterprise,
Yes.
I love the original the best.
Me too.
I've got an Enterprise on my desk here. I've got an Enterprise over on the other desk. I've got another
Nice.
Enterprise on that other side of that same desk.
Series?
Everywhere that I can fit in an Enterprise. I'm just obsessed with it. I'll never get over the original USS Enterprise. I do like the movie refit. I mean, it's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't have any, but really for me, it's the original. But I do love the Enterprise C quite a bit.
No.
But I do love the concept one. I think that Andrew.
Yeah, Mark was showing that for a minute there, weren't you?
Yeah,
Do you have the prototype?
Well, they have a sketch of it in the magazine.
You want to show it?
Yeah.
Well, there's a Eagle Moss model of the there we go. Yeah.
Right.
No, that's like
one of the sketch.
But no, it's so cool. I mean, if you can find the Eagle Moss, Enterprise C concept.
Okay.
It was actually, they built it, and they sent it out, and it's really incredible. It is like a real hybrid between, it's a real evolution between
the two.
the Enterprise B and the Enterprise D. It's
Wow.
like a transitional thing. It looks much sleeker. I've always thought the Enterprise D looked like shit, honestly. It's out of proportion. It's not pretty. But this thing is like, man, that should have been the Enterprise D.
With longer nacelles,
Yeah,
Yes.
longer nacelles, and the proportions are better. It looks like a cross between Excel. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
That's the Playmobil one.
That's the Playmobil one. Yep.
Nice.
Expensive Mamma Jamma right there.
I am impressed with your toy collection, Mark.
Thank you.
That's tip of the iceberg. He's giving tours, dude.
Yeah.
He has about 5 museums in that house. That's just his little office. The basement. It's insane. This man.
His work, his his job, his business. I told him one day we're going to have to open up a museum, and he'll have to charge admission.
Yeah,
see, Clobbering Times has claimed that thing sign. If I ever go
the
under,
thing parking only. I'm stealing that from you. What do about that, man?
Well, I tell you, you may even have as many as I have, but I've got a shitload of fucking toys. I mean, it's it's a lot. I mean, it's like every surface is covered with toys, and and I've got like a garage full, and then I've got a storage unit full, and it's just crazy. It's an obsession. I can't look at that. Beautiful. Look at all that. This is a gorgeous, really beautiful collection, and beautifully displayed in your man cave office, what have you. That's like really nicely done, man. Nice.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's incredible. Again, tip of the iceberg, this little office here.
Oh yeah.
I'm so
sorry for the shake. I'm doing the shaky camera.
Some nights
DC
will mention something and he'll say, "Oh, well, I have that. I think I have that. Can you guys hold on for a minute? I'm just going to go out and go get it." So that he'll go up some layer, retrieve the item, and come back and show us.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Retro Dickie, good to see you, buddy. Welcome, man.
I can totally dig that. I can totally. But you know, one of my Enterprise C, I've got the I have
the hair dryer.
I've got that somewhere. I got that as a kid.
Yeah.
I've got the
Mom
Mego
takes the batteries
communicators.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the walkie-talkie.
The walkie-talkie.
Yep,
I got those.
With my sister, that we were playing with this.
Oh yeah,
this all the time. Yeah, so that's just one of the best toys, because then you had your communicators, right? And then,
I know.
And you're out playing in the yard. Yeah, it was awesome. And look how long the antenna.
I know. Well,
6 feet long.
It's got to go up to the fucking orbit, right?
Right.
Plus, I've got the wand, communicator, which I think is the very best communicator ever built. I know, man. It is amazing though. Oh, it's so beautiful.
That's the Bluetooth one. Oh my god.
No, this is the wand. This is the wand one. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
This is gorgeous.
Much better than the the Master Replicas one, which had the thicker bottom to fit in the batteries.
Oh yeah.
That one actually is proportioned perfectly.
It's gorgeous. This one, they fixed it too, because they said the original, some of the buttons were off. They weren't, it was the prop maker, they made them, so they actually corrected some of the design. Not that it was a flaw, but it was just off.
They were very haphazard. I mean, there was no standardization for the jewel colors. I mean, there was like different combinations. Shit. I mean, Hua Chang just slapped those on. Whatever the hell you had,
Yeah.
And those buttons down below are Hot Wheels
wheels, right?
Yeah.
But
I love the communicator. Is my favorite prop in all of history, I think, in terms of science fiction. I mean,
yeah.
Really? I didn't know that. That's cool. I just learned something about you, and I've known you for a long time.
I've been obsessed with the communicator since I was a kid. Just obsessed.
That's
I just
a great
love
choice.
it. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Although my favorite prop, I mean, if I could have any prop in any movie, it would be the Maltese Falcon.
Good choice.
I mean, I've got a couple of Maltese Falcons. I actually found one in a kind of a collector. Well, not a collector. It's like just a kind of a junk kind of store. and that made me very happy because somebody had found an actual Maltese Falcon in a New York flea market, and bought it, and it was worth millions or something, and they just got it for $25 or something. They didn't know what it was worth, but anyway, the Enterprise C, I got the extra large one from Eagle Moss.
Ooh.
And I'm really, really happy with it because they got it wrong.
Oh, they got it wrong?
Actually got it wrong. On
In
the
what
bottom
way?
of the ship,
Yeah.
the saucer section, it doesn't have the weird kind of like X-shaped, torpedo bay thing.
Okay.
It just has a big white dome, like on the bottom of the original Enterprise.
Oh.
Hmm.
And it's wrong. I mean, I don't know how this slipped through production, but I am delighted that I have it because it looks so much better. It's just so cool.
Wow.
Hey,
Well,
DC, I have to interject here for a second because Larry says in the chat, the cage communicator. Now, way back when you and I first met, I remember you showing that a maker had sent you a version, like a
Yes.
handmade version of the cage communicator.
no kidding.
And
I have it right now. In
oh,
my
you
hand.
do?
Greatness.
I always have it
Awesome.
right next to me as I live stream. It's a thing of beauty. It's
Gorgeous.
perfect. And I
Wow.
love it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love that, like, you have that spherical kind of circular circuit board kind of
Yeah.
in place of the moire spinning thing.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's the guts of an actual it's so cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right, Raquel. I just I love this thing.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it. I remember you showing it. And then I got a hold of the maker and I said, how much would you do this for? And he wasn't even really like marketing them at that time. He just really loved you. And then, and he and I, we sent messages back and forth. And of course, it was too rich for my blood, especially being Canadian once you convert it to American.
Oh,
But
God.
the guy
Yeah.
is so talented, and I'll never forget how blown away the hardcore fans were to see how accurate that communicator was, and how grateful you were to have something that was so beautiful, that was like on set quality. Great memory. That's such a great memory. And I think you even have a video on that, don't you?
I don't remember.
You do, honey.
If I don't, I should take pictures of it and I don't remember, but I just love. I've had it on my desk ever since.
Yeah.
In the open
Nice.
position.
Gorgeous.
Because I love it so much.
Yeah.
Gosh, and
That's great.
it's really sad because it doesn't exist. They basically painted over it.
Mm-hmm.
It took it apart, painted over it, and used it as like the remote control for Spock in Spock's brain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God!
Well, that's what they did with
you
Nomad too. Yeah, they take the props and they reuse the parts. and
Oh,
Nomad
couple
got
of times.
used like 4 different. Yeah,
Yeah,
It was a
upside
floating
down,
device.
sideways.
Floating device in Enterprise Incident for one.
Yeah.
Right, poor Nomad.
Yeah.
Sterilize.
Well, since we have Doomcock on, I got
That's
to
it,
show
Darth.
my
Oh,
3D printed.
nice! Where'd
So
you
I
get
3D
that?
I
He made
made
it.
this.
Oh, that's
He makes those
beautiful.
suckers.
That
With a
is
3D printer.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful, isn't it?
He did a couple different sizes. You think John Williams took that music for Jaws? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he did. He was watching Star Trek. He did
Look
look
at
on Lost in
that.
Space.
Beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah,
One of my favorite episodes. We had a fire
It's
drill in
top-notcher.
college, and Star Trek was always on at midnight. So the RA comes in. He's like, "Mark, you've got to leave now. Fire drill." I'm like, "I'm not leaving till the Doomsday Machine. The episode's over." And he's like, "But haven't you seen it before?" Like, he's like, "Look at your room. It's covered with Star Trek posters. Like, you can write me up, but I'm not fucking leaving the room. Pardon my French." Until the episode's
Well,
over.
you gotta have priorities.
I had priorities. It was just, it's
Oh,
you get a million fire drills in college. So, Oh, and I
But
gotta
Mark-
Thank you,
grab the
Cardinal
Enterprise
Sin,
phone.
Star Trek
Mark,
Legacy, no
you
matters gone
have to
before.
tell DC how you made it. DC is a bona fide geek, and he would love to hear about how you 3D printed it and then hand painted it. He should know you're a maker. He loves
Nice.
Andy Masterson, and
yeah.
he loves makers. He's aware of makers, so you should let him know that you 3D printed that. Maybe you should send him one. I know he'd
Thank
love
you.
to
Sure,
have
yeah.
one.
Thank you, Cardinal Sin,
Yeah,
for the
glad to,
$2 super
Oh,
chat.
man.
I'm not going to penalize you here, Cardinal Sin, for retreading a very old joke because you did super chat. It's STG and be aware, no Matt has gone before.
Wah, wah,
All right,
wah.
Cardinal Sin, I want you to reach behind your head and then whack with your
Flick
own
yourself.
hand because I can't reach you from here. No, I'm just
Well-
No
kidding, buddy.
man has gone before.
I did make an agonizer, and we do have
Your
an agony
agonizer,
booth
please.
in
Oh, we
our
do, that's
emojis.
right.
I custom made those. Please feel free
Your
to use
agonizer,
the
please.
agonizer and the agony booth on Cardinal Sin this evening.
He deserves it for that. Well, now, thank you, Cardi.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Love you, Cardi.
Hey, Joe's Atmosphere. Good to see you, brother.
I'm gonna grab the Enterprise phone since we're talking
Oh,
communicators.
oh my
So
God, the phone.
I gotta grab that. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
have you seen
I
this
had
Enterprise
the
phone?
Enterprise. If it's the one I'm thinking
you?
of, that the ship is the phone. I had one.
What happened?
I think it got. Well, I may still have. It may be out in the storage area. It might
the
be.
storage
I'm not
shed.
sure.
Yep.
son.
But it's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't have everything I used to have. Unfortunately, things come and go. I don't know what happens to them. You move, and
Oh yeah. Things get missing.
But
sometimes.
the Enterprise phone is amazing.
Yeah, I love that.
yeah.
I think it's great.
I love that Star Trek TMP where Nomad has gone before. It's a
Yes.
perfect comment, by the way. There we go. That's
you go.
it. Oh, I
That's
miss it. I wish I still had it.
So
damn
this
it.
is going to Raquel. This is eventually going to make it to Raquel. So I've been 3D printing her some stuff, and
Look at that.
I'm sending her Doomsday Machine. But this
That is
and
so
I-
cool.
and
Look
it
at
still
that.
works. I have it on
It's
my
a
desk.
landline.
Oh, it still works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you call it, it makes this. I can't call now because it'll wake up my wife. But
Saucer Sepper really screwed
Yeah.
up on that one, and it took half the damn ball.
Okay, so
with it.
Doomcock, this is actually how I became friends with Mark, because we were on like a stream together,
But over a
and
year ago,
he
now.
was showing it,
yeah.
and this is how Mark and I got close.
Well, you
because-
almost lost your mind, Raquel. No, come on,
because
please
I'm
describe it
Canadian,
correct.
as you
You
know,
went nuts
Doomcock.
when you saw this. You're like, oh my god, I don't believe.
How would I
this.
ever get this? Like America, the USA is such a beautiful, and I hate to use a trite phrase, but treasure trove of these glorious pop culture items, and certainly for Star Trek. So I
Yes.
see this, and I instantly have a nerdgasm. I'm wondering how the heck I can get this to Canada. And Mark, very gallant man that he is, he volunteers to send it to me. So he's going to send it to
Well, I
me. Of
bought
course,
it on eBay during the show, so I said, Raquel, I found
Yeah.
one
during
for
that show. Yeah,
$40
I remember
during
that.
the show.
Fantastic.
Global Geek Gang show.
So what you need to
Fantastic.
do is you need to find your phone, Doomcock, and
Yes.
I will call you.
All you on your Star Trek phones.
Yeah.
I'll phone you on Friday Night Frolics. I'll be like,
There
hey,
you go.
what
I'll
up,
pick it up.
bud?
Excuse me. Hello.
Hello, yeah.
Hello?
It's not working for
Audio the
StreamYard.
first
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
This is
Line.
another Doomsday Machine I did.
Nice.
So that's an ornament. That's actually a Hallmark
show-
ornament.
Show him your
that-
Orville's too. He's doing the Orville.
yeah.
Oh, yes. Show me your
Yeah,
Orville.
sure, yeah.
Orville. Beautiful.
DC loves
Yeah, I
this
love
stuff.
that.
It's a nice ship.
I love that ship dangling in front of it.
Yes, it's hysterical.
How many Orvilles have you made now?
6, I think now. Yep. So this is-
Really? Wow.
So this
Is that
is one I
3D
just
printed too.
3D printed
Yes.
too. Yep.
Oh,
So
it's
I just-
beautifully done. Yeah.
Thank you. Yep. So I just did you remember when I used to paint some of the old Star Trek model kits silver, especially when they had that 3 kit when you had the Klingon ship, the Enterprise,
Right,
and the
right.
and sometimes I'd paint those silver because that was just a fun, it kind of looked like a corgi model. So this I said, oh, let me just paint this silver because the Orville's going to be really tough to paint. There's just the original
lot of
Star.
detail,
There's
yeah.
a lot of details, so I got to pick and choose how to paint it.
Yeah.
So here's the look
But
down.
you're a good painter.
Yeah,
I'll never forget
I'm
watching
not
the
good.
process of your doomsday machine. You were
Yeah.
you were fretting over it, and it turned out beautifully.
So this is the one I've been really working on to get the. When you do, anytime you 3D print, it's very, very rough. It's very crude. So I've been sanding this guy down. So this is all ready to paint now.
Beautiful.
But so that's. But then the Orvom, as I watched the show, I'm like, damn it, you guys, why'd you put so many different colors?
Well,
and
this season,
patterns
the
on
shots
there?
of the if you notice this season, the shots of the ships are so the close-ups of the
Detailed.
ships are far more. It's the detail. It
Yeah.
doesn't. It almost looks different.
It does.
They never really had those kind of shots in the other seasons.
Yeah, they
Incredible
changed the specularity of it so that
Yeah.
it, has a much more active highlights. It looks more metallic,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they did a great job.
The effects are
Look great.
extraordinary there. So,
Yeah, those are beautiful, Mark. Those are really
Right on, man.
nicely
Nice
done,
paint.
man.
Thank you. Yep.
Sean Carter is very good at building models. He built me a USS Doomcock, the old AMT model kit, and it's
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's great.
NCC 1742. 42 being life, the universe, and everything. That's what I asked for the serial
Yeah.
number.
That's
nice.
a good number. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but he got
number.
the AMT kit, and
Those are great.
got the nacelles like perfectly like parallel and level, which is damn near. I never was able to do it on the AMT.
It's tough
kit.
on those kits.
Never
Never very
could do
tough. Yeah.
Yeah,
those-
I never could do it. And he also, I hate the Enterprise models that have the grid on top of the saucer. Like the or AMT originally, I think didn't it? Or
Well,
am I
was
wrong?
the first one? Yeah, it didn't have the Aztecing. You're calling it the Aztecing? Is that what you mean?
Well, whatever.
That
It's like it's like the radial lines coming out.
Yeah,
from
the lines,
grid,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is on the stupid blueprint.
but they didn't have it in the model. Yeah.
Or I guess they
I mean, and
kind
the
of
the
did or
TV
something,
model.
but you couldn't see it on TV resolution. Thank God, because I don't like it. I mean, I
Yeah.
just hate it. I like the smooth top.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it made it a lot easier as a modeler to paint it and to do it. So.
Right. Yeah.
But
Oh my goodness.
that's 6. Wow.
Oh wow.
6. Oh, you're too kind. Oh my god. Yeah, they were too kind. 6. Thank you so much.
Hail to 6.
Yeah,
Wow.
right.
6 is great.
$50. Yeah, she is wonderful and a wonderful lady,
Sweetheart.
beautiful lady. Thank you so much. I'm speechless. Thank you for the happy birthday and thank you for that donation. And it's wonderful to see you. And thank you for joining the membership. Thank you.
Yay,
I did-
6.
She talked me into it for months. I didn't want to make a membership thing.
Yeah.
It's all
Talk
6.
to me,
You
Badger,
did it.
bullied. We had to
She
bully
kept-
you into it.
She kept
Oh,
asking
I
each
can
week,
get
why aren't
dragged
you?
into it.
Why aren't you a member? Where's your membership?
Because I'm a
And Clobbering
dummy,
Times
that's
hates
why.
accepting things. So I did send you. Can I announce what I'm sending, Cloudy Raquel?
oh,
the
you
gift
son
that you.
of a okay. Hey, well,
Yes,
wait a minute.
announce this? We got Doom
you
Cock-
can announce it.
Thank
It's
you,
okay
sis.
Yep.
with me.
So all right. So I
shit.
didn't get it to finish getting it together. I had a bad week at work. Not a bad week at work, but like the accountant was bugging me
Busy,
for
sure.
stuff. So you don't want to mess with the IRS, but I 3D printed your favorite spaceship, and that's going to be headed your way soon. And you have to accept it. You can't.
I know
say
what
no.
ship it is.
You ready, boss?
Yeah. So guess
um,
what? Guess what ship that might be? Yep.
should I take a guess?
Yeah. Take
Anybody
a
got
guess.
or should I do
Take
it?
a guess. You
Should I
take
let
a
everybody
guess.
else
DC's gonna
guess?
like this too.
Yeah. Take
Well,
a guess. Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum,
I don't
bum,
know.
bum, Liberator.
Oh,
I've wanted
Blake
a Liberator
7.
model forever. I'm a
Blake
Blake
7,
7
Liberator, yeah.
fanatic.
Everybody
I love you.
I love that show. Doomcock, you may not know this about me, but I'm so horribly obsessed with that show. I can name you every ridiculous second of it, every episode. I can put it back in. It's ungodly. I almost know it as much as I know original Trek, and that's bad.
I love
It's
Blake
too much
7.
time.
It's an amazing. I haven't seen it as much. I'm going through it again, watching the DVDs.
Nice.
But I love this show. It was a groundbreaking show.
Avon
Yes.
lives.
Avon. Yeah.
So you didn't really send that, did you? You're
Yeah.
kidding.
Well, it's not gonna be on its way soon. I didn't finish painting it and
Oh,
putting.
that's all
I was
right.
trying to get it
Well,
ready
that's
for your
happy birthday last year.
But that's last. Yeah. Well, that's things get. I'm slow with this stuff. So
Yeah,
Don't worry
it's
about
fine.
it. It's okay. But
Oh,
Well, that's awesome, man.
just happy that it's
Oh,
on the
man.
way. And
Fantastic.
DC, I love that you love Blake 7.
Oh,
Isn't it
God,
funny
yeah.
how we all are like little moths to the flame, where we always go toward the best science fiction? And I'm tickled pink to learn that you love Blake Seven. If it weren't for Clobby, as a Canadian, I would have never have heard of Blake Seven, and I watched it a couple of times recently, and I just absolutely love that show. It has such a wonderful stage quality. You feel like you're at a stage play rather than a television show, and I love it. Love, love, love it.
It's fantastic. Avon is my favorite, but of course Blake was
Yes.
amazing, and I love how they'd get kitted up.
Get it up, down and safe. They would turn the boat down.
Yeah.
Have this sound. It's like it played the music where they beam him down. It's just
In fact, I love when Avon says this.
What about you?
What about me?
Why don't you go?
You are expendable.
And you're not.
No, I'm not. I am not expendable. I'm not stupid, and I'm not going.
I'm not expendable. I'm not stupid. I'm not going.
I've actually seen that on bumper stickers.
It's a great impression, DC.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank
I've
you.
always been able to do Avon very well.
If you
I
didn't
love
want
it.
the answer, you shouldn't have asked the question.
If you don't like the answer, you shouldn't have asked the question.
From the episode Power.
Love it.
Um,
Love
Classic.
it. I love
look
it.
at that. Dang you, man.
So here's a printing. Here, put it here. You gotta. Yep. So everyone can see
Yeah,
the printing.
right? Doomcock.
Look at that.
Yes.
Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum.
Dun, 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 dun. Na, 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 na.
Singing Blake Seven.
Right?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I
There you
love it.
go.
I've got a Blake 7 pin in my desk.
Nice.
I've got as many of the books as I could find. I've got, Paul Darrow's Avon book, and I've got Aftermath by
Aftermath was in by Terry Atwood.
Yeah. The program guide, some of the novels. Just because I've got a Making of Blake 7 book.
Love it. I mean,
And I've only got
Do you have any of the annuals or
no,
annuals?
Unfortunately, I'd like.
they
I'd
didn't
like
make
to have,
annuals
I
yet.
don't
They
have
just
any
made them.
What?
They never made annuals for the show. I mean, they made two of the annual from during the season was missing, so a bunch of fans just made these two beautiful Blake 7 annuals for 1980 and 1981 or whatever. In other words, just like the old British annuals they used to do for Doctor Who and all those things. And it was just too much for my blood, but they were very nice. They're incredible.
Wow,
I'd
cool.
love to have gotten those.
Are you enabling Doomcock?
Yeah, I know. It's
He's
like,
100%
That's
going
a
to buy
beautiful
those.
man.
That's one of my shows on my channel. Yeah, it's enabling. So
He will read those. 100% he's going to read those.
oh yeah, I'd like to get a hold of them.
Oh,
And
they're
the only liberators I've got are the two of the little corgis that I
corgis?
found used.
corgis, right?
I never
Yeah.
got those. Oh man, I have no no Blake 7 merch other than books and a couple of the magazines, the Marvel.
Yeah, well,
magazines.
there's just not a lot of them,
No, there's not much. I've got all the plays that when the cast came back when they did the audio dramas, and I've got all the new Avon books and the old ones, and only a couple of the Marvel magazines, which are hard to get. But,
There was some
man,
Blake 7 Marvel magazines?
Yeah, there was for a while. There was Doctor Who Weekly back then. It
Right.
was a very short-lived Marvel Blake 7 mag like that.
Oh God, how cool. Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. Servalan, of course.
Yes.
Great character.
Jacqueline
God.
Pierce, she was just yeah. And unfortunately, I love the first, Space Commander Travis, and the one that they were. I mean, he was very, he was
Brian
very,
Croucher.
very well spoken, and and then we've got hello. I'm Space Commander Travis. It's like not at all the same.
We
Not
called
at
him
all.
Elvis. The Space
I
Commander
agree.
Elvis.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
But
that
I'm
wasn't-
like Doomcock. Like it took me a while to warm up to the new Travis.
Brian
Yeah.
Croucher was different. He's
And
a spiffy
Servalan
bloke.
was like just a breath of fresh air. I'll never
the
forget the
greatest.
first time I watched Blake 7, and you see her with that Annie Lennox haircut, and
Yeah.
and she's got this black punk dye in her hair, and she's dressed in pure whites, no bra, and the headlights are on, and here she is with these long nails, and she's gorgeous and terrifying. And then you find out that she's morally decayed, and she has no conscience, and
Yes.
it's such a fun time.
I know. And she and Avon seem to have a kind of a bit of a thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
Except he was smart because he threw her to the ground and said, after he kissed her, says, "Imagination my only limit. I'd be dead in a week."
Yeah.
Cardinal sin for 2 months. I met Paul Darrow at Chicago Fan. Why don't you rub it in, dude? I have two friends that did that to me enough. Thank you, Cardinal, by the way. I got two friends of mine that met him in New Orleans, and I was not able to go. One of them's in the chat now, and they've tortured me since 1987 about it because I didn't get to go.
I was shocked to see Paul Darrow on Toast of London.
Wow.
I know, and I was like, I didn't even recognize him until the credits, and I was like, Paul Darrow, wait! I went back and said, "What the fuck?" And it's sure as shit, it was him, and I just didn't recognize him. He was so not at all Avon-ish.
Yeah.
No, he's been on 2 Doctor Who episodes, and he wasn't very Avonish in those either.
I'll be doggone. Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, great actor. You know what? I hate to say it. It sounds bad, but I love him to death, by the way. I would never want to see him play anything else. I know that's typecasting, and he would be great in it, but I'd see him, and I'm sorry, I'd be thinking about Avon. I would hate it. Even though, although in that Doctor episode Time Last, he plays a pretty good, like, really slimy weasel type. So,
Yeah.
he's a good actor, yeah.
I love that
he was
Doomcock right out the gate was saying how much he liked Blake. And, you know, when in our crew, like in our little circle, you guys don't point out how much you like Blake as much as I do. So it was nice to hear Doomcock talking about Blake too, because it took me a while to adjust to Avon. And when Blake sees that mass murder, and then he realizes he's been reprogrammed so many times that he can't even fathom it. I feel so bad for him, and I sort of miss him for quite a while. I also miss the Little John character who gets killed.
And I love him.
Yeah. What did you think of him, Doomcock?
Huh?
What did you think of him, that Little John character?
You mean
Gan.
Gan.
Olag Gan.
Yeah. No, he was great. He was kind of a gentle giant. It was sad to see him go. You know, I love the whole crew. Villa, Avon, Callie.
Yeah.
All of them. But boy, they sure came and went.
Yeah.
You know, I love the Liberator. I love Zen and Aurak.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Peter Tuddenham's great as well. You know, David Jackson, who played Gan, is the only actor I ever got to meet from Blake 7, unfortunately. But he was a very nice man.
Yeah, well, up until that point, like when the British press was saying, this is a lot like Robin Hood. Up until that point, that Little John character, the Gan character, I just absolutely loved him. And when he became slightly scary, and he had that violent moment, and then we lost him. There are so many good characters, and the change of Travis, and but definitely I do have to say that is a stage. It is a stage play, that television show, and it doesn't matter about the modeling, although the modeling is amazing. It doesn't matter that there isn't CGI, and it doesn't matter that the weapons, that people make fun of the weapons or whatever. I don't see any of that. All I see is this beautiful on-stage play transpiring, and the dialogue is so intense,
so brilliantly written,
so cerebral, so believable. Yeah, I love it.
I love the dialogue, like, Sulan saying, Villa doesn't have much time for Tarrant. And Avon says, well, Tarrant is brave, young, handsome, 3 reasons not to like him.
Yeah.
If I name the episode, will I get in trouble? It was Traitor. Robert Holmes wrote it. One of the great Doctor Who writers wrote some great Doctor Who and Blake 7.
Yeah.
I've got this shocking pain right behind the eyes. Have you considered amputation?
Amputation. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that was a
I
great.
love Doomcock. This is great.
That's a
This is
great
One of the
Nice.
almost
Great
human
line.
things about ORAC is that it does not like to work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Great.
By the way, was it one of my favorite villain lines when he's waking up in Dawn of the Gods and he's groggy and he sees Avon's face blurry over and goes, "I'm in hell and it's full of Avons."
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Oh,
I like
but
it when
yes.
he says, "Listen to me. Wealth is the only reality, and the only way to obtain wealth is to take it away from somebody else. Wake up, Blake."
You may not be tranquilized anymore, but you are still dreaming. Yes, it's Spaceball, the beginning of Avon. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yes,
great.
indeedishness.
So if you're one of those people who's been living under a rock, and you don't know who DC is, Doomcock, Overlord DVD, has an amazing YouTube channel. He does wonderful video essays. He was one of the first people to that medium and that format, and it's just terrific. I highly recommend his video essays. But with regard to his impressions, tomorrow night he has like an Irish pub night. I say that because I'm Irish, but it's like he's like this one man entertainment system. He sings, he reads poetry quite well, by the way. He does lots of different voices, and he is just great. Fun. It's called Friday Night Frolics.
Yes.
And you should definitely tune into that if you want to hear more of these amazing impressions. And he does requests just like at an Irish pub. Put a tip in the jar, and it's just amazing. He goes on for like 3 or 4 hours, and it's like vaudeville. It's so much fun. So if you haven't tuned in, get your bums in the seats for Friday Night Frolics.
Gosh, I need to go back and extract that. Just
Yes,
so
That's a great
perfect.
promo.
It's like I just need to pop that in an ad. That's like very flattering. Thank you, Raquel. That's very kind of
Anytime.
you.
No, I mean
With
it.
that-
I love you.
with that visual too, that weird whatever the hell he's making right there.
Well, that's the Doomsday Machine printing.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna show you what the Liberator looks like. But that's the Doomsday Machine printing. But I do have a video on my channel showing how I painted it.
I
and
bet I
printed
Thank
it
you,
and
shot-
everything.
Eric.
That
really
is so
appreciate that,
beautiful.
sweetheart. Thank you,
I bet I
Eric.
could shock Doomcock with another thing that Raquel had never heard of. You're not gonna believe this, dude. I didn't believe it. Did you know up until last year she'd never? I mean, she says she'd never even heard of The Prisoner.
Oh my God!
It's true.
Wow,
I
the
mean, that's-
greatest television show ever made,
Yes,
The
sir.
Prisoner. Yep.
And I was shocked. I mean, one thing to say, I've heard because even if you haven't watched a lot of things, you've heard of things. I mean,
Yeah.
there's plenty of things we all haven't watched. We've heard of it here and there. Something that famous, and I was shocked. And but she watched it, didn't you?
I did. And yeah, it is important to mention that I am a Canadian. I grew up on
I
the
know. We
road
still have
in
to
a
pick on you
professional
about
band, not like the bands that we have nowadays where it's like it's a weekend warrior and they're just really good at karaoke. I grew up in an actual professional band on the road, on tour all the time, classically trained musicians. Didn't watch a lot of television. I'm not a geek, I'm a nerd. I'm an academic. I read books and went to school. And I do have to say that after I got exposed to The Prisoner, I was totally blown away. It entirely reminded me of Samuel Taylor Coleridge, the Kubla Khan, this sort of opium den, almost poetry, where everything is sort of surreal and nightmarish and beautiful symbolism and illusion. And I was blown away by it. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous and great fun. And I plan on watching it again and again and again. But Doomcock, I must admit, I had not even heard of The Prisoner. And it's after getting to know great geeks like you and Clobby that I'm learning about this stuff. And it has such a great literary quality. And when you look at Blake Seven, you look at all this amazing cerebral dialogue and this stage play feeling of this television show. And I mean, this is the cream of the crop stuff. It's good stuff.
It is, and the ending is so misunderstood. Nobody has ever truly
I
understood
love
the
it.
ending.
I love Fallout.
And I'm going to go ahead and like I'm working on a way to get it out, an essay about a book really about the whole thing and what the ending means, because it's profound. It's profound, and nobody I've never seen anyone grasp it. Nobody gets it, but I it's the greatest show ever made.
It is.
And he got death threats. Didn't he get?
Yeah, he got death threats.
Probably,
he had to take his kids out of school when the episode aired, McGowan, because
Of
people were
course.
very upset. Again, originally it was just going to be Once Upon a Time, going to be the last episode, but then they went back and filmed almost 6 months later or something. They filmed Fallout, but it got him in a lot of trouble, and he never given two craps because he was.
And he never explained it, right? He just left it.
He never did. But I'm going to explain it. I
can't wait till you do it, buddy. But the thing is, DC, a lot of people hate it, even fans of the show, and I'm like, I love every second of it.
No,
I love every second of it.
It's really, really, really outstanding and profound, and I'm hoping to expose that. I'm so swamped all the time, but
I got you.
I have to say, good God, that Liberator is so gorgeous. It's killing me. Oh, it's killing me.
So Clobbering Times, you have to accept that. You cannot send that back.
I accept it.
Happy birthday. I love you.
Thank you. You were kidding me. You didn't make that. Seriously?
Yeah, I made that.
You
Yeah,
did.
And that's coming to me.
That's coming to you. Yep. That's coming to you.
Oh my God. I may have to try and bribe, pay to get one of those, because
I wouldn't mind doing that. Yeah, I did print a few of them. So
honey, he is so reasonable, and he is such a good friend to us. And
beautiful.
I'm trying to get him to sort of grow his 3D printing business, because he's very artistic. It's more than him just using a machine. And I'd really love to point people in his direction. So, it won't be too expensive. And I'd love for you to have one of these. I'd really love for you to have.
Would you like one too, Raquel?
Machine.
Would you like one too? Or?
Yes, I would.
Dude.
Oh man, it's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous.
Fantastic.
Well,
man.
Thank you. Yeah, the shame is, it's such an amazing ship, and I didn't watch the show too. I'd seen it maybe years ago, a couple episodes here and there until hanging out with Clobbering Times, and just such an amazing show. And there's no, you got to get, if you love the show, like Star Trek, I always built all the models as a kid growing up. It was just part of the fun of the show. So there have been some, limited edition models of the Liberator, but not other than that Corgi toy, like you said, there's nothing there. So you got to 3D print it, and it just brings back so many great memories when you've got these things in your room and on your desk, and you just look at it and you're like, oh, that's your happy place. You love having that. That's what's so great about this stuff too. You love sharing it when people enjoy it and appreciate it. But it's also, when you look at it, it's like, oh, I just love that show so much. It's such a great, great time that you had.
I can't believe the beautiful detailing on the engine there. I mean, the little rings and the beautiful painting job of the logo, the Blake 7. It's just gorgeous, man.
Well done,
really
dude.
beautiful.
I'm just.
So you have to take it, because Clobbering Times never wants any money.
It's
You're the most
beautiful.
unassuming guy I've ever met. Most people you love to, not everyone, but a lot of people, don't mind putting their hand out or accepting gifts, and you always and you're a great guy. We appreciate hanging out with you, and so once in a while you got to accept some things from friends.
That's right.
So I'm glad you said yes to this.
I love
one,
it. So. I cannot believe it. You got to understand. I mean, you could get it. We love the Enterprise. We love the Battlestar Galactica or all these other ships or whatever. You can get those. You can't. I mean, other than the Corgi thing or something, or some of these really expensive models you see of this thing, you can't ever get it. I mean, it's not like, or of the Orville. I mean, that's another one, but that eventually will be made. By a few people. Eagle Moss would never do a Blake 7 thing like that. This it's under the radar. They won't even do an American DVD set.
Yeah.
Well, aren't they even bankrupt now? Are they out of business, or
they're out of business now?
Out of business, yes.
Yeah.
Just now.
So
we don't know.
Did you see that video that is circulating, Doomcock? Mark sent it to me, and there's a team that is putting together the Enterprise, and they said there's so much light leakage from it, and just it's just so poorly put together, the model that they're putting together, that it's going to cost them over $2,000 to get it right. And
the kit, they're
upset.
If you purchase, it's a 2-foot big Enterprise D build kit, and they would send you the pieces each month, but since they've had so many problems. There was, huge delays, and a lot of people had YouTube channels, building the kit. They get the part and they'd build it for the month, and then you'd wait till the next, part kit came in. So everyone's left with like a half-built Enterprise D, and they've maybe spent $1,000 on it, and the total kit, the model cost $2,000 finished. And there's, like Raquel said, there's all kinds of problems with it. And of course, hobbyists, they mod it and they fix it. And they hear, there's all these great YouTubers out there, and they say how to fix certain problems. But imagine all the people that have spent all that money, and then if the company's out of business, and there've been so many problems with the kit. So one YouTuber, he went up to $600 and he just threw it out. He said he got so disgusted by having it on his shelf, even after talking to the company directly. It's like he just got so angry. It's like, it's making me so upset to look at it. He just threw it out.
Yeah.
Can I just interject so that I can say, engineers, they love to change things.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Oh my goodness! I'll tell you what. Well, I've kept everyone up way too late tonight, but man, it sure has been fun. Eric K, dude. Well, man,
Eric,
thank you,
sweetheart.
Oh, he
Eric
ruined
K,
that surprise too.
Oh, did he ruin? I haven't read it yet.
Oh, fuck
Wesley
me.
Bust.
The real president was alive.
Oh.
He's always messing with me. What am I, Charlie Brown here? Life-size Wesley bust. Mark did not want to spoil the surprise, but I will. I know you were disappointed. Well, if I can't get a Wesley bust, so to speak, I'll have to settle for a Liberator. But thank you.
There you go. There you go. I'll send you.
Oh,
one
that's
of those,
nice. I like that.
There you go. You can have that. Yeah.
Always mean to me. Oh no.
Put Wesley on there.
Mr. Sluggo. Thank you, Jill, for the 149.
Thank you for the super
sticker. She is, of course, our wonderful communications officer for Saturday Night Star Trek, and we love you. Thank you.
Hail anti-derivative Jill. Yeah,
she is wonderful. She is a wonderful friend. And
it's a birthday cake, and now a unicorn just popped up. The super sticker from Jill, if you can't see it.
Oh yeah, no, I can't see those things over here on StreamYard. And by the way, Hungry Boy, am I allowed to show that piece of art you made? And by the way, there's the episodes this week. We're on Deep Space Nine now. We survived TNG, DC, and it wasn't easy, man. That show for some people's been ruined, as you know.
Oh yeah.
But we did it.
You didn't like the Picard series, Clobbering Times?
Thank you.
Oh,
well, we know. Be hard, dude. You at least don't get me started. I need
to get started at your birthday. Yeah.
Be hard and
Yeah.
strangled worms and all that stuff. And the hell
Look, we don't want to blow DC's helmet off.
That's right.
I'm just no, seriously. I'm glad that you, DC, are one of the last out there fighting the fight against that kind of stuff. That strangle dude worms and all that crap. That show caused me so much hate because people who, rightly hated STD and PR and all that shit were were actually liking that piece of trash, strangle dude worms, and it was really driving me crazy. And
Yeah, it's crap.
it's so bad. What has happened to these? I mean, nice people,
I don't
some
know.
really nice people who they'll admit to you, PR's garbage, but somehow they were liking that shit. And oh man, it's just I don't understand. People really like some nice people. What is wrong with you? I don't understand. Why do you think this is any better? It's not.
They're I don't know, deluded hypnosis. I don't know, desperation, or they're worn down. Mentally. I don't know, but I'm
Stockholm
not. I'll
syndrome.
never. I'm a gatekeeper. I stand there.
Yes.
I fucking keep the gate. I don't care.
That's
care.
right, baby.
People call me a gatekeeper. I say yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Get the
Eric.
fuck out
I
of my
am one.
franchise.
Now get off my lawn.
That's right.
Hey,
Before I
Joe,
pour the boiling oil on your fucking head.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll gatekeep all day long, baby. Hell yeah. Joe's Atmosphere 109 for the happy birthday, my fellow Louisianan. Yes, indeed, sir. Hail, bro. And you're also an artist and everything. And thanks for popping in, buddy. I really appreciate you. It's nice to get to know you there and over on Nick's stream a couple weeks ago. But thanks, man.
Oh, and Eric K.
Yes, I put
generously
that up on the
gifted
marquee.
5 Clobbering Times memberships. So thank you for that, Eric K.
Thank you, Eric.
I must have been on
Appreciate
my
you,
other
brother.
away from the screen there.
Eric's
So
too good to me, even though he does tease me about Wesley.
That stuff doesn't show up on the
Yeah.
StreamYard side.
gotta fix that.
unfortunately. They do
I
have
gotta
to
fix that.
Still getting the hang of that stuff there. So, but you know what? I think we should let everybody get out of here because
Okay, boss.
it is
And you're
unless
probably
anyone has
exhausted.
anything else. Nah.
You're not going to do your Gorn impersonation tonight for what they did?
What? Oh, the Gorn. Oh, did they really
Do
have
it.
What they did on
hurts?
Strange New Worms, right? How they killed the
Oh,
Gorn. It's
God,
just
I
that.
hate that shit.
Oh, what they did to the
The
Gorn.
xenomorphs?
was just- I just wanted to die when I saw that. It was
Oh,
just.
God.
This show sucks, donkey dicks, Captain. This show is garbage, Captain. I should be merciful and destroy strange dude worms. That hurts. Ah, God.
And then the other thing that was killing me too, a friend of mine, she's friends with one of the writers. So I met her a couple weeks ago. I hadn't seen her in a bit. She's like, "Oh, Mark, it's great to see you." She's like, "Oh, my nephew is one of the writers on Strange New Worlds, and he wrote." She said the name, and I'm like, "Oh God, I'm biting." And Raquel's like, "I would have just said how much I hate the show."
I would have 100%. I would have said, "Holy
But
shit!"
she was
and
being
did you
so
slap the motherfucker?
That's right.
That's her
So now
nephew,
you
and
know,
she's like,
don't invite
she was
Doomcock
so-
and I to any type of genteel cocktail party
No.
because we will not
Oh.
abide.
He must have not show. That sucks,
I
man.
will not
Probably
play
never-
ball. I will not be
Probably-
pushed, filed, stamped, indexed, briefed, debriefed, or numbered. My life is my own, and I know shit
That's
from
right.
Shinola.
Thank you, Cardinal Sin, for the 2 super stickers and the super chat. He says, "I met the guy in the Gorn suit at TrekCon and I'm in Minnesota.
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 Awesome.
Coolness, buddy. Thank you for all that. Thank you, Cardinal Sin, our good buddy. You're a true gentleman and a good buddy to the show. And I'm not even going to pick on you anymore for what you said earlier about. No, he's our Cardinal's our buddy. We love him, man. He's a good buddy.
Yep, great guy.
So yes, everyone, it is Jack Kirby month continues here for the rest of the month. Monday, in 2 weeks from Monday night, Mark C Comic Talk. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do, but I think Minimus and I will do it. We'll talk some stories about how when we met Kirby, and we'll talk about some personal experiences with him.
That'll be awesome.
And
Nice.
a week from that, the great Mark DNC and I, because I'm having so much fun with these classic, these classic comics reviews. And Hungry Boy, tell me if it's okay to show that piece of art. We're going to review what is my opinion the greatest Jack Kirby comic of all freaking time.
Yeah.
And that's the 4 number 51. This Man, This Monster.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. Yep.
Is it as great? I don't know if it's his greatest, but I might be. I mean, it's just one of the most brilliant stories. And certainly the Silver Age is probably one of the greatest stories or greatest single issues. And we will review that. We have so much fun with these classic comics reviews. You know?
Yeah.
And we
A lot
show
of
the
fun
whole
to do
comic.
that, yep.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun to do with these old comics. He said, did you say it was okay to show that, Hungry Boy? Because I just wanted to show it for a second, unless you didn't want me to. I mean, he's our official artist, so I mean,
So
what did he say?
just so you know, DC, Hungry Boy is a professional comic book artist and author, and he remains anonymous for obvious reasons. I think
Yes.
he's actually retired, but we don't really know who
From
he
the old
is.
days, by the way.
We try to identify him through his art. He's
Okay, here we
quite talented, and he gives us these beautiful pieces of artwork to use on our show and elsewhere. So that's who this Hungry Boy fella is. He's a professional comic book artist who materializes here anonymously for obvious reasons.
Wow. Well, I don't know who he is, but it sure looks like Rich Buckler to me. I mean,
He does a.
he looks very,
Very
very
Kirby.
excellent, like Kirby, Sinnott. But
Right.
again, I have no idea.
Well,
Yeah.
Rich is unfortunately no longer with us, or I might suspect him because Rich did a pretty good Kirby a lot, but this is a very nice Kirby here.
Very, very nice.
you know,
Very nicely done. This is
I-
an excellent work of art.
It really is, and of course, Hungry Boy and I we talk about comic book art a lot on here.
That's
And,
sad. I didn't know Rich Buckler was gone. He was fantastic.
Yeah,
he was
back in
really good.
A good back maybe 20 years ago now, or somewhere around there. But I like Buckler. Again, he could ape Kirby, he could ape Adams, and then other time, yeah, he didn't really have his own style, but I liked him, and I loved when he did his run on FFW Summer, when he had Senanik in him, and it just felt very Kirby, so which is the way the Fantastic Four should feel. So
So this was supposed to be prepared for you fully, but he actually thought that he had more time behind the scenes.
oh, don't worry about that. I'm just glad to
because
see it.
I very foolishly mixed your birthday up with Gene Roddenberry's birthday, and
How
so
did that
this
happen?
will be
That's the
fully
nice
fleshed
kick.
out soon. And Anti-Derivative Jill says, I can't wait to see Hungry Boy's work on Raquel's book. Yes, he's doing my dust jacket. He's also doing my trade back. So lovely, lovely. And I'm looking forward to it as well.
DC, this is also Hungry Boy's work, the Claboni.
Wow.
As we call it when we have like a really shitty TNG episode that we're talking about. And
got the Kirby on tires. Love it.
Yeah, very Perez looking thing there.
Yes.
And I didn't even know what a Zamboni or whatever was.
You don't play hockey clobbering times, right? Yep.
Yeah, we stamp out, we trash, it rolls over all that shitty crap that we don't like.
Oh yeah.
We'll play a couple of seconds of the animated one.
In fact, here's the animated one. This is anytime we have something that really sucks on like Saturday Star Trek, this is what we get with Raquel voiceover.
Crap.
So, yeah, we keep them some stitches in there. But anyway, look, my friends, thank you all so much. I cannot express enough how happy I am to see you all here tonight on the Clubhouse.
Happy birthday,
hanging
sweetheart.
with us. Thank you. I'm glad that birthday's over. You're supposed to hate my birthdays. You all took that away from me. Now,
sorry.
And I love it. Just today. I hope I'll hate it again next year. If there is a next year, I hope I'll hate it again.
Oh, don't talk like that. Shin kicks. Shin kicks.
My family ruins it by having a big party and not letting me be miserable. And you all do it. What have to do to you people? No, I love you all. Thank you so much. Everyone in the chat, all the new members, all the contributors, everything. You've made this the most fantastic birthday, because I'm not kidding. I'm getting close to 60, and I can only remember, I just established it earlier, like 3 birthdays in my own stupid life. This will be the 4th. I can't remember too many other ones. And you've all made it special. A bunch of wonderful friends out there. Mark D with the C has been, we've been hanging and doing shows now a little over a year. You've been a great buddy. You've been a great pal.
Dittos.
And before I even came over to YouTube, this extraordinary gentleman, Mr. Doomcock, joined me on my show once when I was over on Blog Talk Radio. And I really just had thoroughly enjoyed hanging out and talking with you way back in 2019 or whatever that was, bud. And you've been kind enough to have me on your extraordinary, great show many times. Yeah. I cannot thank you for enough. You have been a marvelous friend to me, my brother, and not getting, mushy on you there, but I just, getting emotional because of how wonderful everyone has treated me tonight. And DC,
honey,
for you to come on and hang, thank you.
Well, we love you, man. You're a great guy, and it's just awesome. And love you, Raquel. And
love you too, babe.
Gotta say, I just met Mark D with a C, but great guy.
Great to meet you. Thank you.
Yeah, it was awesome to meet you, man.
Love your show. So
well, we got a lot.
I hope you get a Liberator and a Doomsday Machine.
I just don't want to print too many Doomsday Machines because it could, they could destroy the world. That's the only scary.
I know.
Well,
Captain's responsible for the lives of his crew. Well, I should have died with mine.
Yes. Love it.
Say there's no devil, Jim. And I just want to say lastly to Raquel, we've been doing shows now for almost 2 years. Let's get close to it. And I love you. The ridiculously crazy idea that I came up with reviewing all of Trek, which is ridiculous because we've been doing it for years, and we did it anyway. We started it in January 2021. We're going to be doing it for years to review all of Real Trek only, and I love you. It's been such a fun ride. You've been a wonderful friend. You helped me with everything, doing the Clubhouse now that we've been doing a year with Mark. You and Mark have become 2 of my greatest friends in real life because we hang out in real life a lot, not when we're just doing shows and stuff. Yeah. Love you guys. Appreciate you so much. Jill, you've been wonderful. All of you are fantastic friends of mine. You've all just great clobberers and clobberettes and clobberonis and all you other clobbering people. And you're all the best. And I wish I'd have moved to YouTube sooner than I did, which was just a little over 2 years ago now. But I'm here now, here to stay. And again, everyone, have a fantastic remainder of your evening. And please enjoy these ending messages, and we will just sign off after that. Thank you so much.